All right, last attempt here, everybody. I just this is my take two. I saw the screen; it looked really good. So let me know. Let me know how it looks. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna try it here. I'm gonna pull up the YouTube so I can see the comments. Again, you get a nice shot of the legs here. It's pretty nice. That's some nice legs. Okay, let's give this one more try. The picture looks okay, but let me know. I'll try to go as fast as I can. All right, here we go. So this is Blitzkrieg Commander in the robe. The Germans are trying to take this town. Need to take 3 of these 5 buildings from the British paras. I probably need to pull this tank on because it seems to be working well for the Germans right now. We've got 2 Germans in here. They took by close assault 3 Germans actually in there. So we got a full platoon, half a platoon. The other platoon's kind of working his way around. Are those guys spotted yet? 10 apart. Yeah, they can see them. So we'll probably fire the mortar in on them. And I can only fire it on one of the guys. There's only one real unit in there. There's an FO and the platoon commander. Got this Stug coming around here. I don't know if you can see the tracks. There's one cool thing about this grass. So it looks like we have one person watching. Steve, is it you again? So someone requested in my first take to play a little GTS. Maybe I can do that when I'm done with this. But all right, so here we are, Blitzkrieg Commander. So and here we go. Oh, I should have had that tank knock that over because he hit that tower. But then you can see the metal bottom. Metal bottom. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do is we need to maybe try to pull. Actually, he can't see him. Shoot. So he's spotted now. Maybe I could lay some fire on that. So I'm going to try to put artillery on that. This is my first activation. His command value is 7, so I have to roll a 7 or less and roll a 10, so he fails. He's failed most of the time, but his couple of hits he's had have been super effective. Now let's spot for him for the mortar. So I put the mortar as his own self guy. I probably should have made him a 7, but I made him an 8. So he rolls, and he gets a 9. So he also failed. The head CO can also command him. Let's do something with these guys here. Oh yeah, they could have done op fire on him. Shoot, initiative fire. But I didn't. I forgot, so too bad. All right, we're going to operate this tank. He's also an 8. He's going to try to fire at the 1 British unit in this building. So you've seen 2 failures. Oh, now that's even better. 2 1s on the command die means I get to go again. I get to go twice, so that's cool. So he's just going to lay waste to that building probably. I don't know. I don't have to do both commands now. So the tank fires, I believe it's 4. Stugs fire 3 at 80. So he's definitely, so I get 3 dice base. I get a 4th one because I'm really close. And I think that is my only thing. So he's 4 dice at 80, hitting on 6s, saving on 5s, 2 6s. That's pretty good. 1 save, so he takes 1 hit. Now let's see. Now the British take 1 less die for. This is something I don't think I've been doing consistently in this game. So they're veteran, of course. So I believe they get to. I believe veterans get to reduce 1 when they roll for suppression or fallback. So let's see here, veterans. I think I wrote it down on my little sheet here. Did I write it down? I did not. Veteran. Okay. And I have to also remember they can fire. No, they do not. They do not decrease that. So he still has to roll this. If he rolls a 6, he is suppressed. So 4, he's not suppressed, but he does take a hit. So let's go in this building here and see. Well, something he can do is he's taken a hit, so he has 5 more hits left. His initiative, so he took, actually, I need to take that off because he is out of that, sorry. So if they use the initiative phase, which I totally skipped on this one accidentally, but he is going to op fire because he's going to load up his Piet. How close is he to that? We'll just go from the building. So he is 7, so he's not going to go. So he's going to roll, I think, Piet rolls 4 dice at the front. He's looking for 4s because he's out in the wide open. He rolled a 1, 2, 3, 6, so he does get a hit. Cool thing is the Stug does get a save. He's got a save value of 6, so any of the hits get to. Of course, he fails that, and he does not suppress. So now he's got 2 hits on him. How many hits can the Stug take? He can't take that many. He can take 4 hits, so he needs to get going here. All right, so the Stug will just fire. Well, he gets 2 actions, remember? I rolled 2 1s, so that's fantastic. So I'm going to roll 4 dice again, hitting on 6s. So the Stug firing here, hitting on 6s. I rolled 0, of course, not a surprise. So I'm going to try to command him again, and I kind of missed. He did do op fire last turn, so he has -1 to his command value. And he and these guys couldn't have done initiative, so I need to get a 6 or less on my 2 dice. I get an 8, so that's it, he's done. So you don't often get multiple times. I had one guy get 4 in a row or something, and sometimes you get 0. So so I could take that off there. So he's done. So the tank is done. These guys are going to move up here. These guys, and this commander really should have moved in there, but he's going to command them to move up to the edge. Actually, did I fire that mortar? I did not fire. Okay, so let's hold on. I'm going to use this guy to spot for the mortar. Oh, he failed, didn't he? Yes, that's right. Because all my already failed. So the CO will command. Gosh, I need the CO to command now. But if the CO fails, no one else can act. So I am going to use my commander. Oh man, I moved him too far away. That wasn't very smart. So if you're more than 20 centimeters away, which he's right there, he's got it. So I'm going to command, so they're spotted. So I guess I will command these guys to fire and this guy to move. And so he's a command value of 8. There are no modifiers, so you need an 8 or less. Oh my goodness, I've had a lot of these in my last few games. So 9. I'm gonna have to find some different dice. So there's a failure to communicate. There's a failure to communicate on the German left flank. So these guys are just going to go ahead and move on up here, and they're tired of messing around. So they're going to be able to move into this building. But they will take fire from this machine gun in here. They don't really specify it in the rules, but I find it a little odd that I can shoot 180 out of so this is like these are platoon stands. So this is 30 guys. This is 100 guys in this little building block here. This couple, 2 or 3 buildings in this block. I find it a little odd that they can shoot 180 out. I always sometimes think it should be limited to 90. But I never can settle on that. Where do I want to go with that rule? And the rules, I think it's just 180 out of there, but so I should just stick with it. All right, so they're going to roll. They're an 8, but they've got a -1 because they got the CV. So basically going to roll to move to that, and then they'll move to the next building. So on another command. So, oh my goodness, I rolled an 8. So everyone failed. So now the CEO is going to try to rally all of his people together. Like, come on, do I have to do everything? So I could try the furthest person away from him. It's going to be a -1 to that. So he's a 9. But I need everybody to do something. So I'm just going to command everybody with this one roll. -1. So I need an 8 or less. I'm going to command these guys to move up. I'm going to command these guys to fire. That guy to move and that guy to fire. So, and we'll do it in whatever order. And I rolled a 12. All right, so that's bad. That's the blunder. This is my 4th blunder in this game. Now, I know this can be frustrating. And as a solo player, it's not bad. It's a solo player, it's quite it's fun because it adds some variety, and I think you have to kind of roll with it if you're playing other people. So otherwise you have to find a game that you get to do everything with all your people unless you're like suppressed. So I rolled a 12, so that means he not only did he fail, but he failed. Now this could be interesting because I was commanding everybody. I rolled a 9. That says roll 2 dice, and the unit nearest the enemy takes this number of attacks from firing. So I'm going to roll how many dice? 2 dice, and the unit nearest the enemy takes this many attacks. Oh, I think it's I got this last time, so it's a 4. So I would say the enemy closest is this guy. So he's going to take 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, saves on 6s. So he takes 2 hits, and he is knocked out of the game. So that just destroyed my tank, that blunder did. Fantastic. Holy cow, man. Well, so much for the tank. So the Germans have initiative. He's firing on that guy, the Piet. He's not doing anything to the guy in the building. The Piet fires, gets a shot, and then some miscommunications on the Germans' part. And that's all that happens. So kablooey, the German right side is looking weak. This commander's going to move up here into the building. Probably, yeah, he'll move out here to the in the building. This commander will just, he's fine. The CO, I guess, can move in the building too, just to be safety poo. And that's it for the German turn. That did not go well, turn 6. I gotta take that off, so that's good. Oh yeah, and I'm trying another trick here. So normally you get to fire 1 time, opportunity fire. I'm trying something where I'm opportunity firing several times. Again, going with the command roll. The first time they get to outfire, it's free. So I put a yellow one down. The second time they go, they actually have to pass under their command value. And if they do, they add another one and they get to do it again. So they'll get to a point where they might have 2 or 3 minuses, and that'll impact them severely in the next turn. And yeah, and this impacts them as well when they're making their command roll. Okay, I like that. It feels kind of cool. So I'm giving the defender a little extra power, and it's not really helped him. All right, so the British are going to try to. British got to think about what they're going to do here, because all the Germans have to do is go over to this building, and they got it. And they really only have 2 units to defend buildings. And I've got to hold out for 3 more turns. Now, if the Germans have another turn like that, I'm set. This guy's go on a tear. Oh, I do have a sniper. Hold on. That's another thing I keep forgetting that I have. Let's look at what a sniper can do here real quick. Sniper. They count as a command unit. Deployed during the initiative phase when using mobile deployment. Snipers move as commands. All right, so I need to move him on. They only fire once during the initiative phase of the turn, or may use opportunity fire during an opponent's turn. They have unlimited initiative distance. If a sniper fires during the initiative phase, then no command modifier penalty applies during the command phase. Snipers have an unlimited initiative distance. Ooh, that's cool. I know where I need to move him. May only be fired on by troops who are within 20, are knocked out. Always count as being in full cover in the open, only hit on a 6. May not be used to support an assault, may not be used as a target for artillery airstrikes, may not be targeted for smoke. Okay. So, oh, and I totally forgot about my mortar over here. For several turns. Gosh, come on, British commander. Alright, so that last one, I'd move him in there. Now, I gotta do something with this guy. He's also an independent guy. I made these guys independent, just a little bit of variety. Okay, so there's some stuff going here. This mortar unit could defend that building. So he can move into here and he can fire. Because remember, this is this whole thing is really these are where they get their heavy, oh, that's interesting. We'll have to talk about that in another video. How to count urban areas, right? So, okay, British turn. The very first thing I need to do is I need to get this guy turned around. And then pass another thing to, so he's going to have to pass 3 things. He needs to move, and then he needs to set up the mortar, and then he can start firing. And anybody can spot for him. So let's start that going. So he's an 8. Let's get that guy going. Let's get him back in the game. Maybe the British actually need to get him into the building. He's an 8, and I rolled a 5. So he gets to go, and now I get to go again after that. So he's going to turn around and move. He's going to move into the building. So that's a pretty small building there. That's 10. So as soon as you hit it, he goes in. Now, do I want to fire on him when he goes into that building? I'll just put him on top here. It's kind of a tight building, but at least to let 2 units in there. Do I want to fire on them as op fire? I think I do, because I need to start whittling down on him. So one of the units is going to fire on him using op fire. So he's going to fire 5 dice because he's within half his range, I think. Yep. 6s. 2 hits. Super saves on 5 pluses. 1 save. And he is suppressed. So that is not good. So never mind for that. So he's suppressed, takes a hit, and is stuck in the thing. So that was good op fire by the German guy there. And suppressed, and takes a hit. He only has like 3 hits, I think, so that was not good. Okay, well, so much for that. At least he got moved, and I'm really sad that I forgot about that. So the sniper can fire in initiative. Oh yeah, I needed to fire. Actually, I needed to do all that during, so again, I forgot initiative. So I need to take my time here. All I can see on my little frozen video here. Oh, we got somebody up here. Oh, is this, who's that? Who's on this? Who's commenting? Modeling for Advantage, morning. Well, evening for me, morning for you. What's up, man? Oh yeah, tell me about your comment about Blitzkrieg Commander. Talk to me about it. It's a good time. We can kind of chat virtually here. Maybe I need to get you on one of my live streams here. Maybe that's what we should do. That's how I should get you on my channel. Maybe we could even play a game. Okay. Oh yeah, we should play a 2x2 game. That's kind of your thing. And I could come from this side, and then you could come from this side. Just totally blatantly stealing your stick. I wouldn't do that. But I probably will imitate you in one game. In fact, I want to do it on one of these 2x2 boards. Shoot, I forgot initiative again. And it might have impacted that. I think snipers can actually target leaders too. So I thought snipers hit on they just cause suppression. Okay, well, I need to start using that guy, so he'll be used for opportunity fire next time. What am I doing here? Yeah, I should have fired initiative. This guy could have done some stuff here. Okay, so, well, that's destroyed. So now I might want to turn, let's turn that 6-pounder over there. So he rolled an 8, so he gets to go. So now he's a 7. So he limbers up. Well, yeah, I need to actually do more with him. So he's actually going to limber up, and that's a command. There's one thing he can do there. So let's go again, 7. Oh, this is why I think modeling for advantage was talking about. Roll an 8, he's done. So that's all I can do. All right, let's roll for the command of these troops. The machine gun and the 1 troop here. Machine gun will fire on these guys. And this guy will move over here to protect. Probably move him over here on the side so we can protect him as they move across. So it's simply an 8. And I roll an 8. That's good. So this guy's gonna move. Hold on. He's a 7 because he had a -1. I rolled an 8, so that's yet another failure. um, goodness gracious! But I do have my FO, and he's an 8. So let's FO this building right here. 5. All right. So the FO actually gets to do his thing. So yay! Do the British have any special things for? I thought the British had something with their artillery. It might be the regular British and not the. British Airborne. Oh, nice. So accurate special ability. So deduct 1 die when rolling from artillery deviation. So he doesn't actually have to roll anything, so he'll hit. So that's cool. So I'll just target it right on that middle unit there. And so it's going to hit. I called in. He only gets to do it once per turn, so it's good for the Germans. All right, so I'm going to roll. How many dice per stand in that? It's going to hit everybody in that building. It's just a smaller mortar, offboard mortar, but he gets to roll 3 dice per stand. So we'll just start on the left there. Nope. Golly, that was a really good roll. Excuse me, everybody. Tickle in my throat. Modeling for advantage. I see you wrote something there for the commander. Oh, 6 save. He does not save, so he takes a hit. All right, so the commander actually takes a hit, and now the CO. The CO takes a hit and is suppressed. Wow, that's huge. That so rarely happens that you actually get commanders hit. But they're taking a little bit of suppression here, and a hit. Holy mackerel, so this is big. So the CO, I need to look at, I'm assuming they just can't do anything. That could really help the British, especially if the Germans keep failing their roll. So that commander took one, he was not suppressed. Wow, that was huge. So I gotta make sure I'm doing something with everybody here. So suppressed. Sniper can only do initiative and op fire. So I missed my chance there. All right. So now, all right. So he's done. So now what we're gonna do is we're the CO, who's a 10. So he's a really high powered. So it's Howard or somebody is commanding on a 10. It's a -1 because this guy fired op fire. I rolled a 9. I barely made it, but I did make it, so that's what matters. All right, so this guy, this machine gun is going to fire on this guy here because he's the only, well, he can see these guys here. I think I need to fire on this guy first. So he's going to fire on him. He's going to fire into his flank, so that adds a die. So this machine gun here is firing, he fires 3 dice. He's within his range, he's within half range, so now he's going to get 4 dice. He's firing into his flank, he's getting 5 dice, hitting on 6s, on the guy on the side. No hits, no problem. So this guy's going to move, and he probably will take some op fire. So he's kind of on this side of town. He rotates around so he can face this side here. He's already taken 1 hit, but he's good. So, and the Germans won't be able to op fire on him anyway because they're in the back of the town there, and I'm not letting you fire into that row. So he's free to move there. So I'm pretty much going to stay there. So the only thing I want to do is command this guy to start shooting as many times as I can. So now So now I'm just commanding him. So I don't have that penalty anymore, so now it's a 9 or less. Holy cow, dude. An 11. An 11. So British turn is done. We get to take the suppression off the mortar. That's a good thing. And it's really good the mortar got in the building. So now the Germans have to take him out. The sniper, they can, as soon as they contact him, he's a goner. But he does get to op fire. And he can be the target of, well, could he be the target of, oh, that's interesting. Usually you can't shoot commanders. Yeah, they can fire him, so they will probably do that because they're within 20. Okay, that's turn 6. Let me go see if there's any comments on the board here. There's 2 turns left for the Germans to take 1 more building. Painting a U.S. mortar crew boots, black or brown? Brown. I'd go brown. I'd feel safer with brown. That's somewhat uneducated, but I don't know. They're usually brown, I think. Unless they had some sort of special protection coverings for them. Okay, well, if you're painting modeling for advantage, you probably don't want to sit there and type notes up. I was just kind of curious your thoughts on Blitzkrieg Commander, but maybe I can have you come on. Oh yeah, that commander's suppressed. That is crazy. Let's see, make sure. That's happens so rarely in all my games. In fact, I just need to find out what command happens when they're suppressed. So pardon me a moment, please. Okay, silence here as I look. Huh. Does not say. Let's look at firing and see if maybe. Oh, so I can still do orders. That's really surprising. What's the penalty on that? Again, I come across it so. -2. I guess it starts out at 7. Okay, I mean that's a 7, so it knocks you down from a 9 to a 7. That's pretty big. Okay, Germans initiative. Remember initiative. Initiative. So he technically, well, no, he's spotted because he's within 10, I think. Yes, he is. So I think what these guys will do is, now who can see him though? Well, if he's spotted, he's spotted. So he's going to move up. Everyone's moving up in initiative. And now they can fire. And this way they don't take any op fire. But they took initiative, so now they can do. Okay. He's going to fire on him. He's going to fire on him. I don't think you can do mortar fire and all that. So we're going to roll 5 dice against the mortar. Ooh, 3 5s and 2 4s. Good roll. And then that guy's going to fire against the machine gun. 2 6s. 1 save. Oh, and a 6. He's suppressed. So the machine gun is suppressed. That's big. He's suppressed. He didn't do anything. So that's pretty big. They should rush that building. Well, yeah, I mean this sniper, but he can only. I don't know. He can't only fire. So initiative. Oh, I ran out of initiative tokens. Sorry, reaching across. Don't reach across. It's so rude. So I'm going to put initiative here. Hold on. Crap. Those guys fired. Opportunity fire last turn. They cannot take initiative this turn. Crap. That was huge. Those guys could though. Oh my gosh, that was huge. Okay, so anything else? Okay, first German turn. He's going to target the mortar on him. So now they're spotting for him the target mark. It's onboard mortar, so he doesn't have to do anything. He's going to fire 3 dice. So first I have to command. Can he go? He's an 8. I rolled an 8. He's good. You just yell yellow die to remember what my next command roll is. He rolls 3 dice. 1, 2, 3. Roll again. 8. He's done. Okay. Alrighty then. So this guy again will fire over here. So he's gonna roll. He's a 7. Roll a 6. All right. So that's good. I think he's just gonna roll 1 deviation die. 1, 2. He's actually going to roll 2 deviation die. Roll and a deviation die. So it moves in that direction. 11. Oh, this doesn't look good. I made my template smaller. It's supposed to be 20. So it's supposed to cover like, you know, it hit there. So it'd cover like that wide, which would have been nice. Now, because I just missed and hit nothing. Oh, well, maybe not. Yeah, I didn't hit anything. I just did it smaller because I'm like, that 20 centimeters is like a huge chunk of the board. But really, I should have, because like I said, I'm just essentially simulating like this is a small part of the board here. See, German's turn 7 is not going well so far. So he's done. He's done. All right, now this guy's going to command his guys to fire and this guy to get up here and help out. So, come on, boys. It's a -1. Nope. 9. Another failure on the behalf of them. So they've been stuck there a long time. That's, I think, 3 turns. All right, so they got bogged down. They wore out assaulting that building. All right, these guys. I think, so this guy's right here on the edge. You know what? No, I can't. I've already learned my lesson. You cannot assault a building with a full unit. It's not going to go well. So they're going to do their first round of just firing. So it's a -1, so now they're going to have to command on a 7. 8. All right. Well, again, everyone failed there. So this commander rolling on a 7, and I'm not going to take a chance. I'm not going to command those guys. I'm going to try to command these guys to do what I wanted them to do. So the CO, suppressed, not feeling good. 11, almost blundered. So the German advance has completely stalled out. Oh wait, this guy. Why is he way back there? He needs to be up here. Why? Oh man. The suppression comes off the leader. So the German advance is completely stalled. Trying all the tricks in the book. Nothing's happening here. British turn 7. Oh, I don't need that there anymore. He is no longer with us. All right. Yeah, and really, and it says the British, I don't even want to fire it here because then they cannot fire. If I just sit there, they can't do anything with me. I'm going to do a separate video about urban terrain in Blitzkrieg Commander. It's really, I need to do as a live chat. Maybe I'll do that. All right, let me go see what modeling for advantage said before I start British turn 7. okay. Oh, oh, Molly for advantage. I don't think so. I think it's pretty easy. I'd almost say it's easier than, maybe not the new iteration of Flames of War. I don't know, man. I think it might be, gosh, I think it might be easier. I think it's about the same. That's interesting. I'm probably making it look more complicated than it is. So, Jin Chaos, yeah, you're more of a Hex Encounter guy, though the Sergeants, I never did play Sergeants. I did like the whole minis thing, of course. I thought that was cool. You know, I like a lot of games like that. It didn't seem to really take off, I didn't seem like, but I don't know. Okay, so British. What's going on, British? What do you want to do here? Well, the Germans have really stalled out. They've only got one turn. If I can really blunt them right here and get some suppression on them, it can be really good. So the very first thing the British are going to do, he's going to try to roll that same HE he did on that building. That seemed to really blunt it out there. So the suppression's off the CO. He does get his command, so he does get to roll. No deviation. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. No deviations. I'm like right there. So I'm just going to roll my 3 dice on the guys over, just moving left to right. There's a hit. Does he save? He does not save. He's not suppressed. So let's mark a wound on that guy. And he has not taken any hits yet. The other guy's up to 4. The commander's at 1. The CO, the HQ for this company, it's not. So this, I'm doing the artillery phase right now. I'd love to get you on here, Molly, for advantage. It'd be fantastic. And I would do a board, you know, maybe not, probably wouldn't do so many buildings, maybe 1 building, if that, just to show you the rules. That would be awesome. I know you, and I know you'd probably like just learning a new set, playing another set of rules. Okay, so the other unit, 3 4s. I roll low and I need, CO, nothing. Now the CO, that was the HQ, CO. Another 6, is he gonna save it? He does save it. Oh yeah, auto suppression with offboard artillery. Let me look at something really quick here. Yeah, I think I make games look harder than they are, really. So I'm probably not the best person for that, but yeah, I forgot about that. So I do auto suppress. He did take a hit. I got to look at something if it's I like, there's an optional rule that I appreciate because it kind of, to me, does what artillery is supposed to do. Auto suppresses if you take a hit, but I don't know if that means take a hit or, you know what I mean. So the CO again took a hit. Yeah, the CO took a hit. Does he suppress or does, because he saved it? Some games, I think it was Flames of War, like if you take a hit, then you took, even if you saved it. So let me look at that. I think I've got it here real quick. Again, yeah, I'm probably a bad judge if a rule set is complex or not, because they kind of make things, I think, a little bit harder than they need to be. Which I think is a detriment, as Jen Chaos knows, that I learned something like GTS, which is a more complex game, that I make it a little harder than it probably is. I mean, it's a complex game, but all right, hold on. I'm going to take initiative. I haven't done anything else. All right, so I'm not seeing it right this second. It's in a, I don't know where it is. I do want to figure this out, so I apologize for the stall here. Let's see here. It's in the old rule book. I'm gonna say he's suppressed because he took a hit. Didn't say save a hit. He took a hit and he saved. I think you could probably go either way, but I'm gonna say that he's well, no, because usually what happens if you get hit and you take that hit, you roll for suppression. So they're saying it's auto suppression, so that's cool. All right, so he is suppressed though. So that's good. Now the sniper's gonna fire. The sniper will fire on the other unit in the building. He's rolling 1 dice, hits on 4s. No saves. Oh my gosh, the sniper rolled a 1. Come on. Come on. Ugh. 4, it's all I needed. I'm hitting him in the open. All right, so he took his initiative. Yeah, I mean, I might as well take some fire in the initiative. That way I don't take anything. So this guy's going to roll 6 dice with the guy that's already got hits. Because he rolls 5 normally. He rolls 6 because he's within half his distance, and he's firing on the guy on the left. 6s. 1 6. Save on a 5 up. No save. No suppression. So he has now got 2 hits, and he's taken initiative. And the machine gun might as well take a fire, so he'll fire on the guy, in the middle guy there. So he's rolling 4 dice. I think I'll fire on this guy again. So he's rolling 5 dice because he's firing into his flank. Holy cow! 2 1s and 3 6s. This won't. How many hits do they take? They take 6 hits, I think. Save on 5s. No saves. And 1 suppression. So he's up to 5 hits and he's suppressed. That is fantastic. And that is also initiative. And he's suppressed. Holy mackerel, dude. And then, of course, the already did his thing. Well, I mean, I guess no, he can't. So he could. So the mortar in initiative will set up his gun. So he's ripping and ready to go. Did not take any op fire doing that. He's at the front of the building. Now it's German. It's British command phase. I'm going to try to command my 6-pounder gun to move up here and start pounding out one of these buildings here. It's going to take him a while to get up there. He failed, of course. Okay. The mortar will fire in here. I could fire at the guy that's already suppressed, but I don't want to. I want to fire at the guy that's got 4 hits on him, because if I can do that, yeah, actually, if I do that, he's done for he won't be able to do anything the next turn, that 1 German unit, so he's going to fire on him. So command him at an 8. Come on, boys. 6. Okay, so this could be a very huge round here. So 3, hitting on 6. Okay, he failed. No problem. So he's now at a 7. So now, come on. I need multiple command rolls in a row. I need that mortar just burning that barrel up. He got it. Rolled a 7. He's right on. Come on, roll a 6, buddy. There's a 6. Save on a 5 up. Ah, he saves it. All right, come on, roll a 6 or less. Dang it. So the mortar is unable to take care of it. As we know, the sniper misfired. All right, so now the machine gun is gonna, now that I've kind of realized what I need to do, he's gonna command this guy to fire and try to suppress these guys over here. And he's gonna fire on the machine gun. So machine gun over there. First I gotta command him. He's at a 9. Oh my goodness, man. I have not seen so many failures. No one's commanding. Everyone's nervous and tired. All right, so now it's the commander's turn. So everyone's failed their roll. Move the 6-pounder. Fire these guns. He's at a 10. He took initiative, so they're both going to be 9s to command, because they both did something. So here we go. 5. Wonderful. Okay, so first thing, this guy's going to fire 6 dice in the middle guy. Now he'll take out fire because of this. from 2 stands. 6 dice, that's 4 6s, 2 5s. Holy cow, what a roll. 5x. 2 saves. Come on, suppress, suppress, suppress. And he suppresses. So 2 hits, and a suppression. Holy mackerel, that is huge. He's done for the turn. So if I can suppress all the Germans, the game's over. Because they won't be able to do anything. Where's my hit counters? I'm running out of hit counters. These hit counters are from Historique. How many hits did he take? He took 2 hits. Because he rolled 2 dice. So the remaining guy here will fire on him. So he's going to roll 5 dice onto the guy in the building. He's like, you're taking down my boys. He got 2 6s as well. He saves neither one. He is not suppressed. How many hits does he have? Okay, so he took 2 hits, so he's only got 3. So he's got 3 hits left. So it is possible. Okay, so he did that. Now the machine gun's going to fire over here at the middle stand. He's rolling. I keep having to look at this machine gun. I keep forgetting what the machine gun fires at. He fires at 3, 4 because of this closeness. There's 1 hit. No save. And he's not suppressed. Okay, I gotta really keep track of what's going on here. This guy should have done this. He's gonna op fire on there. Did he op fire that last turn? I don't know if he did. So he is gonna definitely op fire. So he's gonna roll 5 dice at the machine gun and op fire. Gets 1 hit. He does save it though. So he's op fired. Oh man, there's a lot going on here. So he's op fired. Yeah, I would have got him marked out fired, so he hadn't, I don't think he'd done that. Alright, we do everything? Okay, now it's the British going to try to come in again on an 8. 7, I got it. Alright, well, he's going to fire on the guy that's not suppressed. 6 dice from a squad. That is crazy powerful. It's 5 normally. 1 more because he's within half range. He could roll 7 if he was on his flank. Holy cow. So I'm looking for 6s. 1 6. Saves on a 6. He saves. Now, I did set up a rule where I'm letting them op fire more than once. And that normally doesn't happen in Blitzkrieg, Commander, but I trying it this game and I kind of liked it. So I'm gonna make him roll a command die to see if he can do it. Nothing bad is gonna happen, like no blunders, nothing like that. Like I rolled a 12. Whew. Okay, so he's done. He cannot. I should probably mark that somehow, like he's done op firing. The machine gun is gonna fire that successful thing, so he's gonna fire 4 dice. I mean, a squad can fire more than a machine gun. I know somebody would have a problem with that. But a full squad of 10 guys over a machine gun, I don't know. So they got the range. All right, so the machine gun's going to fire 4 at the guy that's not suppressed. Nothing. Okay. So he fired that guy. Might as well try to fire again. Let's see if he can. Op fire. Problem is, this kind of makes the game go long, right? If you let people keep op firing. So that could be a problem with that. But it's me soloing, so I'm okay this time. Now that I think about it, that could be kind of a pain in the butt. So he's going to fire he's going to fire 5 dice against that machine gun. Looking for 6s. Again, 1 hit. Maybe 5 or more. He doesn't save. And he's not suppressed, so he just takes a hit. And the back and forth. All right. Can I command? I need to roll a 7 or less. I'm just going to keep going here, boys. Come on, 7 or less, 7 or less. 8. Shoot. Okay. All right, so that is it for the British. Yeah, forget trying to move that 6 pound around. He only moves 5. All right, so initiative comes off. He's ready to go. So where's my little, I got my little tweezers I use for board games to pick up my little counters I made down in the buildings. So he's got that, he's gonna keep that out fire. Any British suppressed? No. All right, so the Germans have to do this. Moving in to turn 8. You know, that's another interesting thing. On an attack, like in advanced squad leader, sometimes the attacker only gets, it's like, it would be 7.5 turns. Like the defender does not get another chance to do something. So that's, but here I guess you're allowing them to possibly counterattack. All right, so the Germans have 3 units that could take a building. This guy could take a building, and he's got 2 guys here that could take a building. Problem is, no one's suppressed yet, but I have artillery. So I think this guy's got 2 hits, he's got 2 hits. Who do I lay my artillery on to... Well, let's see. So neither one of these guys are going to be able to fire an opportunity fire. Or an initiative, because they all op fired. Okay, so that's a penalty there. So I'm just going to have to, man, where do I lay the artillery? So I'll fire my mortar on him, and I'll fire my artillery on this guy. So let's do that. If I can suppress him. Man, this is tough. I may try to lay smoke over there with that mortar too, because he can fire multiple times. Okay, offboard artillery. He's going to try to find there. So first of all, I have to command him. I got it. He's commanded. All right, so he's going to roll there. He's got 1 deviation die to this building. Oh wait, no, I think it's... Yep, it's 2. Oh, God. I've had a couple land on perfectly. It could land on his own guy. We're taking a chance here, but he's... I gotta do it. I gotta take it. Moves back 8. He's not gonna hit him. Because remember, it's not gonna hit anybody. It goes almost straight backwards. So it just flies off. Sadness ensues. Holy cow. Okay, well, let's try another option. Let's command that mortar. Again, what building do I want to go into? You know what? This guy, I let them put smoke where they want. So he's gonna put basically it's just a stand of smoke right there, viewed by that guy. 7, so he gets to do his thing. So he's down to a 7 on the command, okay. He's gonna roll 3 dice. All I have to get is a 4, and I'll place smoke right there. Whew, 1, 2, 4. So I do get to place a little wad of smoke, like a stand width or something. And I don't know if normally they get to place one like the template size if they're on board, but basically it's just blocking that guy and the sniper too. Now, please command again. I need to fire on this guy. I need a 7. I got a 6. Sweet. Okay, so he's having some nice rolls here. Taking this slow, so make sure I get it right. He's gonna fire 3 dice on that guy. Come on, 6 of them. I need all 6s. I got 1 6. Saves on a 5 up. He saves it. Doggone. Rolled a 6. All right, roll a 6 for command. 6 or less. 8. The mortar's done. It is not working out for the Germans here. Well, that German, okay. That was from last turn, okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to fire 1 time. So I'm going to try to command him. All those guys are suppressed. It's all depressing. Can't get his guys. Trying to get the right flank going here. All right. And I got a -2 penalty. Oh my gosh. So it's a 7 or less. I got a 5. Okay. No, they're only an 8. So it was actually, okay, so I'm good. Whew. All right, so he's gonna fire his 5 dice on the guy. He gets 1 hit. Save on a 5-up. He does not save it. He is not suppressed, so he's now got 4 hits on him. I really need him suppressed, even though it does not help much in close assault with this guy. And it's another -1 to assault. Oh my gosh. So what I learned in my last time is if I can get in the building, so if I can skirt around the building, get in the building, they're both going to be hitting on 6s. Because I can move into assault here, boom. You can't move within 5 of a known enemy unit. But I'm going to let him move into a town. Oh, and he'd be on his flank too. Oh, okay, so is this guy going to opportunity fire in that guy? I don't think so. He is not going to take that chance because he's got to move and then he'll be in the open. All right, well, I got to do it. I'm going to just close assault him right there. I don't have time to jack around trying to go around and do that because then that guy's going to fire me, that 6-pounder. So, but I can flank him. So I'm not using multiple stories here. I'm just doing the one story. Okay, here we go. So he's got a command value of 7 at the moment because he's down 1 already. He's down 2 more. So he's at a 5. I got to roll a 4 because he's down 2 for the 2 opportunity fires I let him take, and he's asking him to close assault. Here we go. So I need a 4 or less. Rolled a 6. So that side of the battle is done. Nothing's going to happen there. All right, so I've got 2 units here that could do something. I need a super strong series of rolls. I have never done this before, but I could just quit messing around and have the CO command them. So he would start out as a 9 instead of an 8. And he does not take a penalty. I gotta mark these guys. I keep forgetting if I fired that mortar. Yes, I fired that smoke and then I failed my rolls. Okay. Yeah, they're gonna take out fire from this guy too. Shoot. All right, well, let's command. I'm going to use my CO to command. I guess I'll fire him. Since this guy's not ready to get up here, he's going to fire. That mortar can't fire on op fire, so we're good. So he's going to fire in this guy to see if we can take him out. All right, so here we go. I think right now it's just a 9. Nothing else to do. 9 or less. I rolled a 9. Holy mackerel. It is a good thing I chose this strategy. So there, you see there's some choices to be made to overcome that difference. All right, so now he's going to roll his 5 dice on the machine gun. Come on, come on, come on. 5 dice. Lots of 6s. 1 6. 5 up save. Does not save. 6. He's suppressed. He takes a hit and he's suppressed. So that is huge, as it were. Huge. So he takes a hit and he is suppressed. All right, so this is bringing back my groove a little bit for Blitzkrieg Commander. I was kind of not feeling it for a couple games, and then a couple games I have, but this one is, yeah. Okay, that's huge. And now this guy needs to move his 10. Boy, I really could use a double 1. So, this is a minefield here, by the way. So that's why I'm having to run around this thing. So he's going to roll. He's going to move 2. Whoop. Turning doesn't cost anything. He's going to move right up to close to the wall. Yeah, he wouldn't get to the wall anyway, and he had to turn. Shoot. He's gonna have to move up to that wall. That's another command roll. It's fine. Fine. I'm feeling good. I'm kind of slowing down here. I want to make sure I get everything right here. So that machine gun cannot fire at him. That was huge, suppressing him. That was very huge. All right, so I now need an 8. Got a 4. Nice. So my next command roll will be a 7 or less. All right, so he's going to move up. Unfortunately, he has to move right there. He gets a short move. He will fire on the mortar to try to suppress the guy. Oh, can the mortar even? He's got a CA of 2, so he can defend. Okay. Firing on the mortar. Nothing. No problem. No problem. That's not unusual. All right, so now I feel like I need to. He's not gonna be able to get to him. He needs to exit the building now. So all right, so they're both gonna move. We need a 7 or less, boys. 7 or less. 11. I rolled 11 on the command roll. Shoot, man. Well, that's it. Game over. Victory to the British. They barely held out, though. They took 2 of the 3 buildings they needed, so I'd say it's a minor victory for the British. But they did hold the town of Renville on D-Day. That's what I'm saying this is, on the outskirts of Renville. They held the town on a small counterattack, so they're going to protect that approach to the Gold Beach. So that's good. Way to go, British. So British won 2 of the 3 scenarios here. I played, in Blitzkrieg Commander, they won 1. Wow, I really like that. And there are a lot of comments here. So let me take this off. I have to unplug it here. I should have enough power. Now this is kind of weird showing the showing of the showing, but maybe what I'll do. Maybe I'll go around here in a very professional manner. Hold on to your seats. Take your Dramamine, everybody. Everybody. Oh, by the way, everybody, Modeling for Advantages has a great channel. Gen Chaos has got a few videos. Not very many, but he's got a few. All right, let's do that. Let's see if you can see me here. So my face has to be about right there. So let me know if you can see me. Maybe I'll start playing it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's look at all the comments here. Gen Chaos, Modeling for Advantage, going back and forth. Okay, so let me actually fast forward this and see if you can still see me here. Ooh, kind of blocked out there. Let's see. Hold on. It's going to get crazy here. So I'm doing this live viewing here. Look at that mouth. That's nice. Nice mouth. All right, so. All right, let's look at what the comments are here. Oh, let me fix my hair. All right. You guys hear me? All right, let's see. Can you hear me? Yep, you can hear me. Okay. All right, Blue Brown Modeling for Advantage, definitely have to give me a game. I think it'd be fun to play a game, as long as you could see the miniatures and stuff. But maybe what I do is I play it on this white, this fabric here, and so it's you can see it. Okay. Yeah, man, complex. I don't know. Well, hey. I'm with you as far as complicated rules. I've kind of come to the conclusion a little while back. I'm drinking a little tea, a little Irish breakfast tea. It's decaf. If I drank caffeine, I'd be up. I'm already going to be up. Looks like I have huge black marks around my eyes. No one's hit me. I'm not being abused. Man, yeah, I think it's the same level as Flames of War. And the only chart you have to look up is if the modifiers, but I kind of remember them at this point. And the weapons, I kind of, well, except for the machine gun, I couldn't get it in my head. But let's try it. That'd be fun. I'm certainly not here to convince you to play it, but I like the command system too, because it's simple. it allows for chaos. It's that friction, like the two fat lardies. I think two fat lardies are more complicated than this, really. I mean, really, I think they are. And so it took me an hour to play 3 turns because I'm gabbing with you guys, and I looked up a rule. Depends how many rolls you get, right? Anyway, well, I think it'd be fun to try it. I think it'd be cool to see what you think. Oh, you met the... Okay, so Jen Chaos says, I met the Sergeant's designer at Consim World Expo and sold me on the game. Again, not the minis game, but the hybrid version. Oh, yeah, no tape version. Yeah, no tape. Yeah, definitely board gamers. They don't like the whole line of sight thing. And you may do line of sight in some games, like GTS, but it's so simplified. Because, you know, I'll put a guy... You know, like, oh, I can see him past the building, and it gets crazy. Like, oh, I didn't move him there. Come on, man. We're trying to kind of just have some fun, so it can get kind of crazy. But so yeah, if you don't have tape measures, so that's why Crossfire is an interesting game. That's an interesting miniatures game, Gen Chaos. So watch my. You don't have to watch them. You have to watch them. Watch my previous some previous videos here in the last few days. Crossfire. It's an interesting miniatures game by Artie Conliffe in the 90s, and it does not use, he was challenged to make a game, like a short design, small set of rules that didn't need rulers. And so you don't need rulers in that game. It's fascinating. It's very terrain driven because it's all line of sight and initiative driven. So you go and you keep going until something bad happens to you. You either miss a shot or you get shot at and suppressed. It's pretty cool. I really enjoyed my 3 games, and that's why I'm playing on this 2x2 board. Cause so some guy designed 6 scenarios for Crossfire, and dude, you could use this. And hey, Molly for Advantage, I think you could use this with some games that you're playing. It really worked well for Blitzkrieg Commander. I'm a little surprised. Flames of War might be a little harder because I'm moving in centimeters. So you have a little bit more room, and in Crossfire, you're moving terrain piece to terrain piece. So you put a bunch of terrain up, and so your movement's not necessarily across the board. Now it could be, but hopefully you got some fields of fire you can like destroy them. So, man, I love it when a game goes well. Feels cool. All right, so Gen Chaos. I was in Virginia once for Historicon, more of a minis con. Yeah, I'd love to go to Historicon. I'd love to go to a lot of those minis conventions. Historicon, Little Wars, some of the others. Boy, you guys are getting a nice close view of my face. I apologize. So Todd, as your walls are handmade or third-party and pre-made ones? Oh, these are all Battlefront. Oh, well, no, actually, I got 3 kinds here. So. You know, I've got a miniature market here locally in St. Louis. So if they have something like this, I can order it and, you know, get that discount and then go pick it up on my way home from work or whatever. So I don't have to pay shipping. So this is the Flames of War Battlefront, Flames of War Stonewall. I think it looks pretty good. I like it, 15 mil. Let's see, I'm trying to see if it's focusing in on there. So I like it. Now I'm going to show you again some of my cool painted minis that these are ones that Curtis painted. Oh goodness gracious! Hold on. So there, can you see that? I'll hold it there for a while because I want to see if everybody can see it there. I'm blocking the light. So there they are behind the wall. Pew pew. I would like to get some like 6 foot, 8 foot walls, if you know what I mean, to cover the whole stand. These are also Battlefront. These are what I think they consider like their east front. So they look like stone, or I'm sorry, log timbers. Or you could even use them as like the metal, corrugated metal if you wanted to, but they're definitely stone or wood. Oh, that's too close. So. Yes, I like them. I think you get like 6 feet of it or something. So, I hope that helped. Okay, good enough. And then this is foreground. I'll start like that. Yeah, it's not really focusing here, so I apologize for that. So foreground, really, Foreground, I struggle with foreground on it because it's can be pretty fiddly, but these were easy. You just glued them together, glued them on the stand, and like need to paint the stands maybe. Maybe do a little wash. I don't even know if you need to do that, but these are nice. And there's a lot here. So you got chunked out parts, solid parts, fences, gates. These don't have gates. So yeah, I went on a little wall buying spree because you never have enough walls. I could use more, and like I said, I'd like some 6-foot ones. I don't see those very often. And like, you know what I've done for hedgerows? So I made hedge and bocage when I was using 6 mil. I just use that as my hedge, and I use that lichen stuff for my, and lichen and loose clump foliage for like bocage and stuff. Yeah, you know, it'd be great to have that stuff that's built up with the trees growing out of it. Maybe I'll get to that sometime, but I need to get a little bit more consistent with my army build. But I had some, you know, I kind of saved up money and then went on a little spree of walls. And it feels good. It really does feel good to have, you know, have a nice complement, a nice set of walls. The battlefronts also come with battle damage on the stone, and they also come with corners and stuff. I don't think I'm going to be able to show this very well, but the foreground has these little notches in them, and so you can like put them together like that, so they kind of sit next to each other. Are you able to see that? I'm going to watch. So I'm watching my video next to me, and it's a little delayed. Yeah, you can see it. So that's kind of cool too. So there's no corner pieces on that, but there are corner pieces on the battlefront ones. Okay. All right, so Jim Chaos, since I'm not a minis player, if I was to jump in, I think I would go big into naval minis. Lots of World War II and Age of Sail stuff. Yep, my humble looks cooler than land stuff. Oh, that's so funny. So, Jim Chaos, can I call you Steve? So, Jim Chaos, that's funny you say that. So, naval can look really cool, especially any naval stuff. GHQ is a really cool one. I use paper flats. I don't know if you've noticed that. I gave my 1/3000s to Matt, local guy here, and because we exchange, he gave me the crossfire rules, we give each other stuff, all of us in this little group, which is kind of nice. And I just went to paper flats for thing, and it's called Topside Minis. Dude, awesome. The printing is awesome, and it gives you the name of the ship and all that stuff. I'm not a huge naval gamer. I use Naval Thunder, and I like it. Age of Sail is cool. I think Age of Sail is cooler looking because of the sails and stuff. So there's a lot of variety there. Yeah, those are cool. Now, the cool thing about that is you don't have to mess with the land terrain. But what's funny is a lot of people kind of, some historical players poo-poo that because like, oh, there's, you know, well, what they really poo-poo is they don't want like flat chessboards. They don't want like this. If you're gonna have land, they want terrain. So that's one reason that naval is better. Some less terrain, but it is cool. Let's see here. Gotta love a sail ship and handsome sailor, the romance of the sea. Yep. All right, I kind of skipped a question there. Played a few Artie Conliffe games, Spearhead and Shaco. Good example of simple game mechanics giving good results. Oh, is Shaco good? All right, let me tell you a story. So I fell for this thing. Is anybody still watching this? We got 6 watching now. Oh, I got more people watching when I'm not playing the game. So, okay. I've never wanted to play Napoleonics, ever. I'm not going to paint that stuff. I'm just not. I don't. Never say never. Anyway, so there's that movie Waterloo that came out in 1970. De Laurentiis, a film, a De Laurentiis vehicle, and it was on. It popped up on YouTube, you know, on the side. Fan edit where they added some like stills or something. It's kind of goofy, but I watched it because I've always heard about it. You know what? That did to me what all good war movies do. First of all, it's a weird 70s movie. It's got that weird 70s stuff. I'm like, what? Why are you zooming in like that? And the Christopher Plummer thing where he goes, unless, and then he like zooms in, and they did a lot. It's pretty crazy. But man, I was like, holy cow, these battle scenes are amazing. They are amazing. And they were all, how many horses did they use? I probably heard horses, but how many did they use? Holy mackerel. And I was like, where's the helicopter shot? And then sure enough, bam, helicopter shot. I'm like, are you serious right now? This is why people get into Napoleonics. See, another reason I don't get into Napoleonics and AWI and Civil War, all that, I don't understand the whole squares and, I mean, I get it, but it's just, it's not, I'd rather maneuver. I'd rather fire and maneuver. But watching that, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it a little bit here. You know, you set it up right, and there's things you can do to change, and you charge here, and then you flank them. Now, there's some surprise elements there, but, oh boy. All that said, it kind of got me wondering. And I started looking at some, talking to Kev from Big Board about Napoleonic games and board games. And he suggested a couple, but there's Hexasim, Age of Eagles. Kind of interested in that. So I'm in no buying mode right now, but I might have to check that out. Maybe someone might go on to Vassal with me and maybe have me run through a turn or two just to see if it's something I'm interested in. That'd be cool, maybe. But not. So here's the deal. This has happened to me before. I see something like I heard a great course on history about the Revolutionary War, so AWI, whatever you want to call it. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get into it. So I got some of the games that Hexel Care 26 just unboxed and Curtis loves. The Great Battles of the American Revolution, I think, from GMT. Great entry-level game, hex encounter game on the AWI. If you're like me and you have an interest in it, it is not too complex and you can play it. And they've got a lot of battles represented. The maps are nice. I just kind of was like, so I don't remember who got my game. Did I sell that or I don't remember what happened. Traded it, but so that's kind of why I'm real hesitant. Like, so I'm kind of got this little itch. And unfortunately, I'm in no buying mode, so I'm not going to get another game to sell off. But I kind of get that itch, and then I don't do it. And AWI is one thing I've considered. Like, if I do something else in miniatures, it might be that. But I'm so committed to World War II because I just don't have enough time. I don't make the time, whatever. I don't spend enough time like painting the minis and all that stuff. And I mean, this week's been crazy. I took advantage this last week on furlough and just like I'm just going to play games like crazy, and I did D-Day games like crazy. Oh boy, why is this rambling on? Anyway, so I saw that, so I started looking at some things, and then I looked at, I already own Shaco, Drums and Shakos by Ganesha Games, because that kind of feels like more my speed, and I bought it a long time ago, who knows why, but I did, and so I was like, so I'm thinking about paper flats for that, for Napoleonics initially. If you watch, oh man, I always forget his name, because I just know him as Hexes and Soldiers. He does all the, I think he's a postal worker. Gosh, man, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting your name, but great channel. He does lots of stuff. But he's putting together, he bought a bunch of Risk pieces. You can buy them, loose, and he's making himself little models. He bought 28 mil Warlord. I think he's like, what am I getting myself into? So he bought a bunch of these things, and he's putting them on bases so he can get the games played. I think he's going to play black powder, and you need a lot of flipping bases for that. And it's so small that you can change the scale. So my point of all this is what? I don't know. Maybe I might try it. Oh, so Shaco, I saw that come up. So that's an easy one. So is it kind of like Crossfire? I don't know anything already come up. I thought Spearhead was a little bit more complicated. Yeah, definitely more boundary terrain. I'm with you. 15 mil and 28 mil. Like you, I have a lot of hedges and lichen. Need to mix it up a bit. Yep. With you on the painting, and I love the Waterloo Rod Steiger Napoleon. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it was really weird, kind of 70s weird. Like I'm like, they're making these jumps. I mean, they just jumped. They weren't messing around. Like he's like, I'm Napoleon. Oh wait, I'm not in charge anymore. Oh, there's Orson Welles. He's the king. Oh, he's deposed. He's back. I'm like, what is happening here? And then like, oh, we're in the mid battle. I'm like, whoo. Yeah, it was weird jumps. But I don't think I need to play Waterloo. So this, I'm really learning this about, boy, I'm rambling here. You guys, anybody have any comments or anything, let me know. Solo invasion, okay, whoops, sorry. Yeah, I mean, painting them though, I mean, I just have to be serious. It takes me a long time to paint World War II, and that's green, brown, gray, darker green, brown, black, and skin at 15 mil. Shouldn't take you that long. Takes me forever. I kind of stalled out on the provisional company just because. Well, I stalled out on purpose because I'm playing those games. But I mean, and I can't afford to pay Curtis or British to paint me some Napoleonics, because that is another level of crazy. So, but Songs of Drums and Shakos has a skirmish version as well, which I own. I bought that because I was getting kind of tempted by Sharp Practice, but that's a Lardy rule set, and I want to love the Lardy rules. I love the Lardys. I love Rich. I love him. I don't love him. I've never met him, but I love his aesthetic. I love the whole thing he's about. The whole thing about $2, but I just always have a hard time. The rules are not, to me, not really solo friendly, and that's fine. I mean, they're not meant to be. It's supposed to be a community game, but I just have a hard time. They're a little. I think they're a little too. They're a little too brain burner for me soloing. Does that make sense? I don't mind. Well, I was gonna say this earlier. So I think miniature games for me are. I need them to be a little easier. I need them to be almost like more complex than, but almost like getting minis, Airfix minis when I was a little kid. I didn't know anything about painting them, and just playing army, shooting. I kind of want. I don't want that level simple, because I notice if a game is too simple, I'm not interested. But that's why I'm liking Bolt. That's why I like Bolt Action, Blitzkrieg Commander, Crossfire. It's like, okay, it's easy enough. And now I'm starting to get Blitzkrieg Commander down. I almost was trying to jump into another platoon game, because I'm like, I don't know, because you get kind of bored with rules. I don't see anybody else do that. Anybody else get kind of bored with rules and like, oh, let me try something else. It's like, no, dude, stick to it. Like, So I'm glad I'm sticking to the Blitzkrieg Commander right now. I didn't jump into that command decision. I was like, nope, just do Blitzkrieg, man. And it's funny, last night after playing Blitzkrieg, I picked up Combat Command, another platoon level, and I was like, maybe I should try. No. When I was on my walk today, cleared my mind. I said, man, I said to myself, itinerant. I said, what, Todd? Oh boy, now I'm using different names for different voices. It's like, man, this is your chance to really know a game and really modify and make scenarios that really work with some really cool, like, little storylines, like a special command roll in Blitzkrieg Commander. Maybe he gets he always succeeds on at least one, or maybe he's really low or something. I don't know. There's so many cool things you could do if you really know a rule set, and you can really make the scenarios awesome and like more story driven and more narrative, because that's what I'm about. And I kind of always want that, but then I don't, because I want to try new rules, and anyway, blah blah blah. And because there is that allure of that rule set you don't know. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of allure to Grand Tactical System. There's a lot of depth there. It's like ASL. It's not as complicated as ASL by any stretch. But there's a lot of depth here. And watching Jin Chaos and Nathan's and Ty's and Lee's videos, you're like, man, there's so much cool stuff there. Then you start to get into it, and it's like, well, yeah, that is cool. But is it as cool as that game over there? Yeah, it actually is. So if you look at someone like Ty, who's really committed to it, and Nathan, watch Nathan's videos. He's really getting into it, and it's cool because he's kind of like, and he said he has like 3 or 4 games set up right now, but he's really getting into it because this is good design. There's a lot of depth there. Blitzkrieg Commander. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it, and a lot of fun things you can do to learn. Like, I'm not doing everything right. Watch my game with Lock and Load, which is pretty comparable complexity as Blitzkrieg Commander, and there's things in there I'm not doing because I need to read the rules more and just get to know them. And like Kev said, you could overrun that. I'm like, oh shoot, totally forgot. I just never have done it, which is the problem with solo play. I'm covering a lot of topics here. With solo play, you I've lost 2 viewers. So you've when you're playing solo, you don't think of those things. So it's great for Kev to kind of give me that insight. You could have done that, you could have done that. And I was like, that's awesome. I could have, and I might do that next time. Destroy him. All right, let's see. There's a couple other comments here. Gen Chaos, End of Empire from Compass Games. I made video of it. Intro scenario. Okay. Solo Invasion of Canada. All right, I'll check it out. So Gen Chaos. Oh, I noticed you can click again the icon and go to their channel. So go subscribe to Gen Chaos now. And you're not making as many videos, but I don't know. You're kind of. I think you're kind of in COVID time. You got family and stuff, life stuff. But anyway, go check out. He does have a few videos. Go check them out. Modeling for Advantage, making videos like they have. So Modeling Advantage is doing it the correct way. Nice regular schedule. Promoting other channels. Making me sick because you're doing so good. Why did I say that? No, you guys are really doing awesome. It's cool, and they're really cool now because they put a video of me up there. So what can I say? They're really awesome. So anyway, those are two guys. Go check them out. If you're watching this post-seg Modeling for Advantage, I appreciate you guys really chatting with me. I think that's all I need to say. So that was cool. So I think the next thing, well, here's the thing. I mean, golly. So normally when I would play Blitzkrieg's Commander series, so this was two companies attacking. Wow, that's pretty crazy. So that's two companies attacking one company with some support. And normally in Blitzkrieg Commander, your normal game is battalion against battalion, which in this case is 3 companies against 3 companies. So it's funny that I had 2 companies against 1 in a 2x2 area. Tells me a little something about concentration of force, I guess. So if I were playing this in a normal game, I'd only have 1 other company and maybe a couple other supports doing something else on the rest of that table. The cool thing about the 2x2 is that you can kind of picture and come up with your initiative. Maybe I need to start breaking out my tables into smaller segments if I play a bigger battle, and kind of come up with a plan and write some stuff down. Because what kind of I notice happening is the battles get too big as solo. I kind of tend to lose a little bit of interest because it takes too long. And you kind of forget what you're doing, so I should probably write commands down that I don't have to follow, but at least I oh yeah, it's going to have those guys go there, and those guys do that. In the bigger table, especially with 15s, it starts to get hard to remember where all your stuff is. And when I was playing with 6 mil, my tables never got much bigger than that. I think my biggest one was on the air hockey table, and it was only on part of it. I played a lot of my games on a 4-foot by 4-foot table that I have upstairs, my 6 mil, and I've even played some 15 mil in bolt action. There's some games a couple of years ago where I played Dave live and some other people, my son and stuff. The 4x4 table is pretty cool, and that 4x4 table would be just double that size, and that's really a good size, especially at 15. So, boy, I'm just kind of rambling here. I hope that's all cool. Yeah, pipe in if anybody's got anything to say here. So yeah, I should have maybe started another chat because now this live play has gone into a long ramble. Oh my gosh, what was I going to say? So the size of the table, 2x2, 4x4. Because the reason I had the minis that Curtis and British painted up for me. Fire and Forge and British painted up for me were for a command decision battle on a 6x8 table, which is this table here. This table size. I've noticed I don't have enough green to cover it, so it's going to be. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a shot. It's one of the smaller scenarios. Command decision. The bad thing about command decision and Battlefront, yeah, not Battlefront Flames of War, but Battlefront. Their games are huge. I mean, which is cool. That's one of the command decisions is one of the reasons I'm into World War II minis, because the guy here, Jerry, puts on some games and they're incredible. I've got videos. I've got too short of videos. They need to be longer because his games are incredible. Did an Arnhem game, like an entire Market Garden game on a 12 foot by 6 foot table. It's awesome. And then we did some. I got to be a playtester. I'm in one of the books as a playtester, which is so cool. Anyway, but I found a smaller one in their Market Garden book, but I'm not in playtest road. And it's 6x8. You don't have to do 6x8, but I'm going to try it. A lot of it's going to be flat terrain. It's going to be like a river is going to be a piece of cut cloth and a forest, because it's a lot of forest. That's a command decision also requires a lot of terrain. I mean, I think it can convert pretty easily. Either I'm going to do that, or I'm going to use one of the intro scenarios. I wonder if I should do that instead. There's a few intro scenarios in command decision. I'm someone that likes scenarios that are made. What's my point of that? Oh, that's the next thing I want to do. I really enjoy these 2x2s. I could probably keep doing that. because I was able to do a campaign, and I never could stick with a campaign because it's too long. The 2x2s was easy, especially with Crossfire. Got it in, got it done, got it quick, right? It was awesome. All right, so the next thing I think I'll do is either I'm going to do a command decision, one of their other scenarios. I did one a long time ago, and I just converted it pretty much straight across. Sometimes you can't do that. You have to be careful because it's designed for that rule set, and command decision is a different rule set. So it would be a lot easier to set up one of the smaller scenarios because it's only 6x6. That's their smallest scenario, is 6x6. So that shows you something about the book. So this is 4 foot here, so that means it's gonna be another 2 foot. It's gonna be like this much of the table over. Isn't that crazy? Big. That's their small scenario. Sheesh, that's a lot. Lots of hills. Yeah, maybe that's why I bought this styrofoam for all those hills. All right, what do we got? You got anything else here? Ramble away. No, I'm definitely doing that. Black Seas looks cool. Looking at MFA vids. MFA. Oh, Modeling for, I'm like, MFA? Who's that? Oh yeah, Modeling for Advantage. Whoops. Sorry, Modeling for Advantage. Yeah, they said MFA. You know what? I wish I would have made my video a little bit more about your channel and less about mine. USA mortar shell cases, painted just olive or are they brass? That's a good question. If you find an answer, I'd like to know, because I don't know. Gin Cast, do you happen to know that? Black Seas looks cool. I don't know anything about Black Seas, so Modeling for Advantage, I guess any comments you have on that? Gin Chaos. Warlord Games is getting ready to come out with a second edition of Victory at Sea. It's a pretty cool naval game. Their models are butt expensive though. Holy mackerel. Their models are, let me repeat that. They are expensive. Dude. I like them. Here's why I like their models. I don't think they require any assembly, and they're molded onto a sea base with waves. That's awesome. So you gotta paint them, but I'm not one of those that's gonna get Sculpey and make waves. So having them on, oh, great. Then you can do that deep blue and then the white caps on them. Fantastic. Make them look great. But dude, they're expensive. It's like 24 bucks a ship or something on some of them. And you can buy kits and packs, but I was like, doggone, I don't want to be, I'm not going to be negative on it. I mean, they got to do what they got to do, and they got to make money, and especially nowadays, but golly. But Victory at Sea is a pretty cool rule set. I don't play it. I play Naval Thunder, which is about equivalent complexity and very similar, actually, in a lot of ways. Probably all naval rules are probably similar, but it's not as complex as General Quarters or some others. So if you want to do World War II naval, it's good. Now, their models are a little bigger than, it's like some weird scale, of course, that's what they do. A little bigger than you might want for World War II naval, but it's fine. You know, whatever. Suck it up. But Black Seas, I hear it's good. I'm not in age of sail at all. I should be, because I like sailing and stuff. I think it's fun and cool thing, but I just have a hard time. Master and Commander was cool. In fact, I bought a Patrick O'Brien book recently to read and do something with. Are there any mini games that have campaign game with it, which help create the tactical situation to make the game? Okay, just a second. Black Seas is so-so as a game, but the kid in me loves tall ships. All right, is there a minis game that has campaigns built in? Let's think here. Let me think about World War II, because that's pretty much all I know. So there are most of the rule sets will have a campaign system, either fan-made or made for the rules. Two Fat Lardies, I would say, is probably one of the best ones, it seems to me. Sharp End, At the Sharp End, and they have Platoon Forward for their other games. But At the Sharp End is pretty cool one. In fact, many of their, well, first of all, let me tell you, Two Fat Lardies, one of the best scenario creating companies there is. I buy their books for bolt action, for other stuff. You don't even have to play their games. But many of them are called pint-sized campaigns, and so they're cost what a pint costs in England, $5, $6, whatever. And they do have campaigns built in. They're like five scenarios, for a campaign, or 6, so it's real easy. And if you have at the sharp end, you can track your leaders and stuff, almost role playing aspect a little bit. Your troops start to support you and all that. I would say they have the best campaign system built in for that sort of thing. And then they map it out. They're very historical. So Flames of War's got a campaign system. Bolt Action's got a campaign system, but it's a little bit like you kind of go from battle to battle. Whereas if you look, they'll use the maps and kind of say, you know, this was here. I don't know, is there a map on the back of this one? Anyway, this one was here, and this one's up here, and this one's up here. You know, it's called a ladder campaign. I would say Two Fat Lorries is best in that. What era do you want, though? And there are probably others like Napoleonic and some others that have better campaign systems. Those are the ones I can think of. Like Blitzkrieg Commander's got one. I've not looked at it. I've tried to do campaigns before. I mean, the fact I did this Crossfire, I did actually 3 games, was pretty cool. But I didn't have it impact anything. I just kind of looked at a map and said, the scenarios already designed, they're generic, and so I made them fit. I kind of forced them into, I was looking at the Normandy 44 map and said, okay, they fit. Here's Ranville, here's that attack against them, there's that crossroads on the map. So I made that. I could have done something very simply. I could have made it so the Germans won the first one at the crossroads. I could have given them that support tank in the second mission because they cleared the road. So when they're attacking the forest, or the British are counterattacking from the forest, well, there's a tank that's going to come in because they got it. And then whoever won that battle, the British won that battle, maybe they get another set of troops or something. So it's not really hard. This is the first time really, because it was so small and compact, I really liked it. I may do more of that. I may make it 3x3 or something a little bit bigger. So, boy, that's that. Hey, Bacchus, what's up, man? You know, there's a guy who can answer some questions for you, too, about that. So, Paul, the question asked was... and this is Gen Chaos, who's not really into minis games, so he's pretty new to it. Did you say War at Sea minis for Victory at Sea minis? War at Sea. What's the... I don't know what I said. P. Bacchus, what's the new rule set? I think it's Victory at Sea, right, from Warlord? Yeah, it's Victory at Sea is Warlord's new game. I don't know what War at Sea... minis. I said Victory at Sea. It's Victory at Sea. I'm sorry. I see what you're asking, Gen Chaos. I said Victory at Sea. It was a rule set that's out there and been going for a while, and Warlord bought it a long time ago, and now they're finally coming out with it soon. Victory at Sea. It's probably one of the most miniature game rule sets that Warlord's going to come out with, because, I mean, I don't know if people understand what I mean by that. Campaigns have the snowball problem. Yes, they do, modeling for advantage, which hands advantages to the previous winners, which usually means giving advantages to the better player. Yeah, that is a challenge. Like me throwing in a tank, that could really throw it off. You just try, I think the thing is you want to just add a little advantage, you know, maybe give them an extra support point or something. Yeah, that's interesting. How do you do it so you don't really throw it off and make it crazy and snowball? Maybe change sides? But I think people want to kind of go. I think the coolest thing about campaigns is kind of telling that, just having that story. I mean, even here not having an impact, I was able to kind of visualize them getting on their back foot and having to scramble to the forest, and then they defended in that forest. You know, that was pro. And then they're kind of coming into the town, and they're like, okay, we gotta defend this town edge, right? Because there's another counterattack. But putting in the context of D-Day, Pegasus Bridge, and kind of around that area, it brought it alive to me. So there's also a skirmish campaigns book, but I don't think they even really do a campaign. A lot of things that say a campaign, they're just really a bunch of scenarios. But pint-sized campaigns really do link together. So P. Bacchus, the question that Gen Chaos had, he said, are there any mini games that have campaign games with it, in which help create the tactical situation to make the game? That's the question he had, Paul. P. Bacchus is a guy that he and I followed each other on YouTube for a while, so he's a real miniature gamer. And, he also does some board gaming as well. Gen Chaos is more of a board game player. Victory. War at Sea is the Axis and Ally stuff. Yep, okay. Yep, now Victory at Sea. I wanted to stay on for a couple more seconds to see if Paul answers or has anything to say about any miniature games you can think of. I thought of a Chain of Command. He's got good with stuff with at the sharp end. Bolt Action's got Road to Victory, and then now they put one into their French book. Pibaka says, Two Fat Lardies, yep. I Ain't Been Shot Mom have pretty good campaign games, yep. Two Fat Lardies, yeah. So Jim Chaos, I am a little curious. It sounds like you're a little model, maybe a little mini curious. I agree with you. Naval's really the best way to get into minis because there's fewer minis. You don't have to mess with the terrain. And it sounds like if that's an interest, that's how you should start. So this is an interesting question. So I cannot think of any. So Paul or Modeling for Advantage, are there any naval games? I don't know naval games well enough. Like Naval Center doesn't have it. I think it's a little harder because the battles are so spread out. But you could maybe set yourself up some sort of campaign, try to take some ships through the war. That might be kind of interesting because a lot of the ships lasted, throughout the war. Might be kind of cool. You could maybe do a hunt for the Bismarck kind of campaign, and put it at a bigger sea map. It'd be kind of fun to pull up a sea, like kind of find a World War II era like sea map and kind of chart it out and do their movement and see if you can pull together. The thing with sea battles is hard because there's a lot of fog of war there, especially that's what's cool about World War II. There's radar and stuff was there and planes, but it was a little different to do. So maybe get a board war game to kind of model out the higher level and then zoom in and do a miniature game. Battlefront World War II has some good ones for free on their website. Yes. Yeah, they have good scenarios. But do they have campaigns too? Battlefront. Yeah, so Battlefront, everybody, is another one. Let me show you the rules. So Command Decision, there are a lot of scenarios out there for Command Decision, but they're not campaigns. It's too complex of a game, I think, and too big. So Battlefront World War II is a game. Out before, well, actually I don't know if it was out before Battlefront. It was as a company. So this is, each stand is a squad, and each tank represents 3 to 5 tanks. For some reason, I can't get over that. I don't know why. I have no problem playing a stand is a platoon of guys. So 2 guys are 30 guys and a tank is 5 tanks. But when you tell me a little stand of 2 guys is 10 guys and then a tank is 5, I'm too used to that ASL lock and load mentality. I'm like, no, that's one thing I had with this. And the other thing, so I never have played this game. I bought this rule set. Wait, who bought this rule set? Oh yeah, this wasn't me. I bought this from someone else. Someone paid $35 for this and then something else for $29. Wait, what did they spend? Oh, interesting. From Tommy Gunner's 15s. It's a really small rule set. It's got really good illustrations on how to play. It seems a little complex. They have good pictures. I mean, they're battle pictures. I don't know if that's focusing or not. It's a little old school, right? It's old school, and then you can see the charts. But lots of good scenarios, but they're all huge. These are huge scenarios. I would have a hard time putting these on anything because. So I think there are a couple battles in here. Let's see. The Battle of the Bulge. So it's a nice narrow table. 6 by 2.5. So that's kind of cool. But the number of units, so this is how they design their game, which I think is cool. I like seeing that. Let me see if it comes in here. See my bald head here, that's pretty cool. And now I'm hiding behind the mic. So can you see that? Move it up. Come on, Todd, move it up. Pass Todd, move it up. So, so you can see that's how they do it. So that's the size of one of their battles. But the cool thing is you'll see those little numbers that say US 18 or 19 or whatever. I'll show you what that means, what that refers to in just a minute. But I like it because it kind of helps you understand how they're structured. But that's 9, so that's 9 stands of infantry. Not that big a deal. Commander. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, maybe not, 23 stands. Okay, it's not as much as I thought. Oh, except for here, you've got 6, 9, 10, 30 pieces on attack, 31, 34, yeah. You know, I guess that's not too many. And some of their scenarios can get quite large too. Oh yeah, here we go. Huh. But it's cool because they mark them out, so you can mark your units like that. I never have played this. I don't think I've ever even, like, usually when I get a game, I'll play like a quick game of it. I don't think I ever did this. But a cool thing about, I didn't like the way they did their line of sight. It was kind of crazy. It's like they give a lot of examples, which makes me nervous about it, because I'm like, is it that hard really? But line of sight's a pain in the butt in miniature games, so maybe it is. It's from the creators of Fire and Fury. I think you can probably still get it. People like Fire and Fury. I need to maybe give that a shot. I had this, got rid of it, and got it again. But you just don't see people playing it. But this cool thing is I got these cards. And the numbers I showed you, like GE50, so that's going to be on the card, so you know exactly which card to have. So that's kind of cool. Like, you know, Battlefront's just now doing it, and people were doing cards before you were even born, Battlefront. Sorry. This came with, the one I got came with the German, Russian, and probably American, yeah. Pew, bomb templates. It's kind of like a photograph paper or something, feels like. I should probably give them a shot. So these are, everyone's a squad. I kind of have come down to, I think I like Crossfire for squad level. But this has got a lot of charts and stuff, and it's so hard. I mean, I'm not usually afraid of charts, but games like Bolt Action and Blitzkrieg Commander and others have done such a good job of moving away from charts. It's like, gosh, I'll save my charts for my board games, I guess. Oh, and then they have some like blanks here. You can probably look at this terrain effects chart, boys and girls. I should do a review of this. I should play a game and do a review of this, because you don't see anything about Battlefront on the game. These are like dummy counters, I think. Yeah, I'm going to cut up my book to do that. Not even I'm crazy like that. Did I show you? I showed you the line of sight. I just have a hard time. Conforming to terrain features. You know, the cool thing about this is they define it. And these may not be as complex as they look. They just may be like saying, hey, look, here's what we mean by that. Here's to help you define it. Because, you know, that's always a problem. Like, I'm not holding the book up long enough, or, you know, high enough. You need to hold it up higher. I think a lot of it is they're just trying to be really clear. Like, you can do a rolling barrage. That's pretty cool. The beaten zone, self-observed fire. All right, I'll give it a shot. I thought there was another thing in though. Oh, I need to do another video. I need to do a live stream with some Blitzkrieg people to kind of talk through how to do a zone like that. All right, let's see what's going on here. Best campaign systems that keep balance are scenario generators. Your armies grow on the roster level that you choose forces from, but points are balanced still per game. Oh yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so lots of games have generators. Lots of games. And you know that, Gen Chaos, lots of board games have that. Oh, who's got 2 foot by 2 foot scenario? Paul, you tell me that Battlefront's got one of those? I'm going to my email right now. You better email that to me right now, son. I'm just kidding. Better. Look at me. I'm so bossy. You guys are great. I really, this is talked about on all the channels. Someone was going around saying, like, what do you like best and least? And pretty much everyone just like, they like the community. That's what they like best, and that is for sure. For sure. Yeah. No, nothing from Paul yet. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited to see that for real. All right, let's talk a little bit about, so another cool thing that has happened during this. So I've been on furlough for 2 months, and I've got another 2 months to go, and who knows if I'll get out of it. But I've had some time to think about my hobby, right? And I've spent a lot of time in it, and I've really, I had kind of hit a point where I was kind of not excited about it. Like, I was kind of like, man, I think a lot of it is because of the heaviness of the world. First COVID, and then here in America, you got, you know, stuff with all the race stuff, and that's something that's always been heavy on my mind. And so you kind of like, gosh, what's the point? But you know, it's okay to have escapes and entertainment. That's okay. Anyway, so there's some good things about me trying to figure out like balances. So I think that was part of it, as a little not balanced with things. But what's also kind of cool. So we'll stick tight into the light topics here. One of the reasons I think I was getting a little stressed out, not stressed, but not enjoying it, is that yeah, get that laptop fired up, Paul. I'm just kidding. Just infantry. Okay, so let's talk about that. So, as a few of you know, I kind of got a little bit of a Flames of War itch, and not like to play it competitively or anything, but I blame partially Modeling for Advantage. I blame other video people, and I just blame myself. I don't blame you, Modeling for Advantage. I hope you know I'm joking. Because I tried it with Curtis and stuff, and I've always been a little interested in it. But so the way Modeling for Advantage went at it, I was like, yeah, that's cool. They just did like small. I think I don't know, it's bigger than 2x2, right? I mean, 4x4, 3x3. But anyway, I just got the itch. It doesn't matter. And I got these version 3 books, and you know, there's Hingus Comics has got his stuff going on. He's kind of, you know, does some uses a little bit of elements of Flames of War and other stuff, but anyway, I played a little bit of it, and I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. And I thought, well, then I could just base my stuff, because here's another thing. I like kits and sets. I like the concept. I never play any games that have them. And I always play things differently, and I've always based things differently. And so the concept of getting a kit or a starter set, I mean, any starter set gets me all excited, like Band of Brothers, even at 28 mil. Because just the idea of having it all in one set, and you get it, and you can play a game. That's why Modeling for Advantage, your videos really talk to me. Because you're about getting a starter set, putting them together, and battling it out. That's exactly how it should be done. And that's why I love it. And in fact, I did a video because you'd done that, and that's why I'm liking this. Well, all the games I play don't have them. So then I'm like, gosh, I could actually get some starter sets and some stuff, kind of build some kits up, and it's kind of fun. People like seeing you build them, and it's also cool just to play them and then put them together. Well, so I started thought, well, I'll just base some of my stuff Flames of War and play it with, you know, Blitzkrieg Commander, because you can, because it's just element stand. You're going to mark the hits anyway. So it could be one guy, or it could be 50 guys. It doesn't matter. 6 mil, 2 mil to 28 mil. Scale would be kind of weird, 28, but so I have some based at 4. I have not based any. I bought some. I bought a whole bunch of minis already based. I cannot get those minis off those bases. I've tried freezing them, doesn't work. Super glue is supposed to give out. They must use both guys use plastic glue. I can't believe that. Anyway, it's not working for me. Might try heating it up with a blow dryer. Let's make some metal. The metal ones are coming off. Well, actually, not some of the metal ones, because they did a really good glue job. Anyway, I based. So I kind of started moving forward. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to base some like that Provisional Company. If you saw a video, I made some bases. I made the small ones, and I've already got the big ones. I'm so thankful I didn't do this though. I didn't base any of them first. I'm painting them on the sprue. Thank you. Anyway, so I was going to do that, and I started getting kind of like, I played a game with the 4 bases, and I thought I could use the 4 bases with Battlefront or Bolt Action, and you just mark the losses. Well, I played a game with them, and I didn't. Well, first of all, I played Flames of War with them. Okay, that's how they're built. And then I tried to build, and I just did not enjoy the experience. It's really weird. I mean, it's so dumb. It's just a dumb little thing, but I'm like, I just didn't enjoy the experience. I got back to these ways that I had base 2x2, like you saw earlier. Because I did this originally because this is how I base my 6 mils, and then this is how you base them for command decision. That's kind of why I went to the 2x2, the 2x base. I like it. And this works for skirmish too. Just 2 guys on a stand are okay. I can mark 1 guy and be okay with that. 4 guys starts to get a little bit more challenging, because this way you can mix them up a little easier too. You're not so set. And honestly, I could play Flames of War. What am I dragging here? I'm dragging my tail. a rogue tail. I could play Flames of War. This Flames of War is really an element based too, sort of. I mean, I know you're using your guys, but this could be a squad in Flames of War. This is a team. This is a team. Because that's the one thing I was struggling a little bit with when I started to get to bigger games. Flames of War, you have a lot of guys on the field, and I'm not going to build that many guys. I'm just not. So I'd rather use this as a squad than a real squad with real people that it doesn't really matter that you have them. So when I got back to my basics, I liked it. And it's kind of the same revelation, like, hey, dude, simple it back. You had what you already made a decision. It's just real easy in this hobby to kind of go back. It's like, you made a decision. You wanted to go by 2x2. So just go back to that and stick with that. You wanted to play Blitzkrieg Commander, really learn the rules, and do cool scenarios with it. Go back to that, dude. Quit trying to sneak around. What is this? It's not sneaking around. I mean, stick with the rules that I want. You know what I mean? And when I started doing that, I'm feeling a little bit better about it. All right, let's see here. Battlefront, just infantry. I'll fire up the laptop. Hobbies keep you sane and not crazy. But if married, careful with money spent. All right, Jane Chaos, so what I do with that is I have a budget that I talked to her about, and I said every week I save, boom. Actually, I don't even know if I told her the amount. But anyway, I save off a certain chunk. It's like an allowance. And I keep track of it, and I spend it, and I have no guilt, and it's a pretty low amount. I mean, if I buy something big, I let her know because it's going to show up, but yeah, no, setting that budget was the best thing I could have done, because then I always felt guilty about buying stuff when I didn't have it. I'm like, geez, I can't afford $100 or whatever the purchase level is. Man, when I do this budget, man, yeah, I can spend $100 because I've saved it. It's fantastic. It's a life changer. Trying to get that hobby feel, bringing a new unit to the next game, keeps me painting and makes me games fresh. So that's what I want to do. That's why I wanted to learn Blitzkrieg Commander and stick with that 2x2 basing. I mean, Blitzkrieg Commander, dude, they got 40, 50 army lists in there. They got Romania and China and Japan and Italy and like 5 different German army lists. And dude, stick with that. Just stick with that and paint for a while. Like you said, I don't have a Nurble paint one of those up or whatever. I don't have a Wesp, or just kind of add to it and stuff. Or like I prefer to do, play a scenario and build towards the scenario. And then you have all that stuff, so when you play these one-offs, you got more stuff. Because again, kind of going back to another thing that I kind of made a decision on, so those two things, finding that set of rules, and I know I like them, I know I like BKC, I just need to switch it up, play bolt action occasionally, play a board game, play GTS, right? Just keep those going, so then Blitzkrieg Commander won't become stale, because what you do is you add things to it. You make it what you make it. Because the third thing that really got me and inspired me was Jerry, who's the guy who plays Command Decision, which Command Decision is a very, let me pull that rules up too, might as well show you all. So this is old school 90s rules, right? I mean, now 2000s. When did they first come out? This is 2006, but I think it was way before that. It was 90s. So Command Decision, thick, 200 plays. Now this is a little thinner now. They took out the scenarios, which is too bad in the army list, which I think is a bummer. This is 100 and 200 pages. It's not all rules though. The rules aren't that bad though. I mean, for each set of rules, it's like 2 pages. They got airborne, they got amphibious. Very deep rule set, so you can do anything. I mean, the battles are typically huge. There's a guy that has made 1 million scenarios for this, plus there's scenario books, like I said. But this was Jerry's game. I mean, he found a game he liked and he played it. And he played it through every iteration. His name's in the book because he does it, play tests and all that. But you go to his house and he's got this huge 15 millimeter, like he's got a 20 by 8 foot table or something, because he's been playing for 40 or 50 years. And that's the thing that got me on 15s. Like, you know what? I'm going to just stick with 15. I'm going to get 15s, get rid of the 6s. I still have the 6s. Got someone that... Because 15, I like it because I can see them a little bit better. It's a little bit immersive, and I can play bolt action. I could not get into bolt action with minis, with 6 mil, sorry, or chain of command or something like that. With 6 mil, I just couldn't do it because I want to put them in the buildings. But he stuck with this. He's put on so many battles because he understands the rules. He's not worrying about the rules. He's got that down. I mean, he's got them down, right? Even me, I'm kind of a little bit on Blitzkrieg, but you just stick with it, right? And then he's got this huge collection because he just, over the years, he just buys. I mean, dude, you see his Arnhem game? Go on my channel, look up Arnhem game at Jerry's or Command Decision Arnhem game on my channel. Dude, incredible, incredible. So many buildings and trees and, oh, it's just awesome. And what a cool thing to share with people, right? And because he's built up that collection. And so like, you know, I get this kick and I get a bunch of walls. So then the next terrain I need to get, I need to do trees better. Hills I could do, I need more buildings too. I'd say, yeah. And not that plastic craft stuff, that was not good. The buildings I'm most happy with right now are Service of Precision. Holy mackerel, fantastic. And I don't have any of those on. I'm okay with the Battlefront. Like, mix them up. I noticed in Jerry's game, he had Battlefront, he has everything. What are those super great ones? Total Miniature Battle, Total Battle. Man, those things are awesome, man. I'd love to get a few of those. Pre-painted ones? Dang. And then I've got Chris on hold, a friend of mine, again, not in buying mode, furlough, but I bought, before that, I bought a file of Arnhem buildings. Oh, I can't wait for him to build some of those. He's going to print them out for me. He's got a 3D printer. So my point is what? I don't know, stick with something and kind of build it up, you know? I mean, but if you float to game, that's cool, that's your thing. But I kind of got what I want to do, right? I want to get, I mean, Command Decision was the first game I bought. Well, I bought it after, so here's what I often do. I'll play guys, I like the game they play, I buy it, I think I'm going to play it. Well, this game is not really solo friendly. I started to get into this, like, I started rereading it a few days ago. I'm like, you know what? It was the same day I played GTS with Nathan, or a couple days before, you know. I'm like, to me it's kind of the same thing. I'm kind of having to learn all these systems. I'm like, you know what? Todd, simplify, bro. Balance that out. Put that down, play Blitzkrieg Commander and learn this, because this is a cool rule set. Alright. Blah, blah, blah. Careful, Paul. If you guys do a battle for who spins the most, you're going to be broke. Playing. Try to get the hobby feel. So, okay. So, refurbishing minis. I stopped. When I stopped to think about how long it takes and what else I could do at that time, it ain't worth it. Amen, brother. Talk about I try not to have regrets, right? It's not good to live with regrets, but I regret buying those painted armies. That was not a good investment. I got a lot of tanks. I got a lot of armor. That part's okay. But the guys, they're terrible. First of all, the guy didn't even really, one guy didn't prime the open fire very well, so I have to prime it anyway. Those are nice looking models, by the way. And most of the guns are snapped on the open fire box Americans. They're on the stands and they're snapped because they're super, they're brittle. I mean, I get why they're broken. I'm not blaming the guy. I don't know. I'm not going to blame them. I wasn't mad at the guys or anything. Like, I don't know. They showed me pictures. But, man, they're just not well painted. And I can't get them off the friggin' stands. But you're right. But I hate to throw these away because these are nice looking American paras here. And I'm like, man. I mean, I have frozen these things. I've tried to like flex the stands. I'm like, what did he use to glue? And if I do this, I am going to break him off. I'm going to break his legs off. And then these Germans, these are coming off okay, a little better. If I kind of flex it and kind of get a knife in there, I can get some of these out. But these are so poorly painted. Yeah, these are 2 purchases, actually 3, because I got British, American, and German from different guys, and I'm like, that was, except for the armor. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. I mean, I'm tempted to. I mean, I'm not going to toss them because someone might want them, right? Someone might want them, and I might be able to trade for some. And maybe I should do that. Maybe I should tell people, look, I got a bunch of 4 bases here. Take really good pictures. Like, here's what you're getting. And I don't think I could sell these to somebody. Like this stand, actually, all of his guns are good. I don't know. This is one of the things like, gone. Oh well. Yeah, I'm with you, man. either buy and paint it from somebody, like, you know, like British or Curtis or somebody, or don't. Or just, yeah. Pibakis, haha, that's why I have double up armies. Based for flames and then based like yours. Extra painting, but worth it. Yeah, I know, Paul. So I'm not going to base any. I'm not going to base any more 4. I will do 2 singles and doubles. So I'll do like a squad worth of singles so that you can swap them out or, you know, have some. But I'm not doing 4s. But you're right. Well, especially if you're sticking to one conflict and one scale, it's not as bad. Well, so that's another thing. Like, you know, I get a little tempted by Napoleonics, or I'm like, no, man, just I don't have that. I don't want to paint. Honestly, like I say all the time, I'll pay somebody to paint. And when I was at a place where I could do that, it was awesome. I'm not at that place right now, so. Oh yeah. So this is kind of teddy bear fur. Oh, did I just turn that on the stand? That might come right off there. Yeah, this is teddy bear fur. I played a naval battle on it. Looked really good. Maybe playing in the desert. Get some Pacific games on that sandy mat back there. Would really suit that small game format too. Yep. Oh, you know. Oh yeah, like Pacific. Yeah, like. Oh yeah. I did think about that actually. I thought, you know, this could be the beach. Right. I think that's kind of what you're saying. This could be the beach and this could be the land. Right. I mean, that's a huge beach. I could go, well, the green goes here. So when I do that one large scenario, I don't think I have enough of one color to cover the table. So you're just going to have to use your imagination. And I'm not going to paint this. Some people paint this like with colors to kind of tone it down. I might try again. I cut a couple pieces off and tried it. I just couldn't make it work right. Wow, Command Decision. I just put my World War I version on eBay. World War I? I didn't know they had a World War I version of that. I thought they came out with a. I tried to come out with a squad level. They're going to publish a book soon. New like armor, American, structure, OOB. Just, you know what the army's built like. I was surprised. I'm like, another guy that has a lot of plays for Command Decision and now Chain of Command. I can't remember his name. Bill. Yeah, it's coming out from Test of Battle. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know they were still, their website's so 2000s. Okay, cool, Paul. I'll go check that out here. Cut the stand with clippers. You don't need the base. Cut the stand with clippers. Oh, so you're saying like cut them, like don't even worry about the base itself, just cut it at their feet. Interesting, because I think you're right. I'm gonna have to find different clippers because the ones I have. The ones I have are too small. Wait, is my phone gonna die? Where's my battery at? Oh boy, I better plug in. Got this sweet ramble going on here. I kind of wish you guys we could actually talk, but so here's why I did this instead of StreamYard. I got an email, first time ever, because I've been on furlough. I've had a lot more time to stream. You're hitting your 20-hour limit. I'm like, I didn't even know there was a 20-hour limit. No, 40 hours. Or 20. I think it's 20 hours. Ooh, nice view. Yeah, so I'm like, well, I don't want to go over renew. Renew soon, actually. Oh, wait, does it renew June 14th? Well, that's like a couple days. I could have done that. I like Command Decision. I want to like it. But it's just complex. It's just a little bit more complex, and it's cool thing about it. The cool thing that Jerry did is he had these huge things printed up. You can see it on my channel. Just go look up Command Decision at Jerry's house and stuff. He has these huge things printed up of the steps and the more modifiers and stuff. Very cool. He's a great guy. I mean, I gotta get like that. I bought some. Jim Cass may know these, but Command Decision board games. Hurricane's Forest, Hurricane's Hell's Forest, Hell something Forest. Atlantic Wall, cool games, man, super detailed, but I played it with some. I mean, I kind of was with some guys at the convention, played it. I liked the guys and had a good time playing, so I bought the game. Cause like, you want to replicate that experience, dude. I play solo most of the time, and that game, no way, forget it, that's not gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna try that. Plastic glue welds plastic to plastic. You will have to cut them off around the base, but carefully. Um, yeah, so these are too small. These little things here, these are good for cutting off sprues, but I think it's gonna be too small. I need to get me some big clippers. Oh yeah, that's not gonna cut through that. Whoa, not even close. Well, I don't know what he used. I think they did use plastic glue on these open fire ones. But I'm surprised. But I think these they didn't, because I was able to kind of pry them off, and then I was able to pry off some. But the other ones are metal. The British. I'm gonna have to get some different clippers than these, because these will not cut metal. Not like that. It will cut small metal. So GenCast, this is why you don't want to get in the minis. It's just a rabbit hole. Plastic glue welds, and then GenCast. Any more good live streams to recommend? YouTube, Twitch, or others? Well, what games are you interested in? I mean, ASL in real time, that's been good. Stu, he does ASL, he's really good. In the modeling world, in the miniature game world, there's a few people that will do live streams that will do kind of what I'm doing, but they'll have like several people, like 3 or 4 people, and they're painting while they're doing it. I'm on one, Rocky's Ramble. That's Saturday nights. That's just a bunch of guys BSing, but you can come on and ask questions. They're mainly miniatures though. Musty Wargamer, that's cool. They do every 2 weeks on Thursdays. Those guys are cool. They switch channel to channel. Compass Games does one live. You've probably seen that one though. Sometimes Kev from Big Board Gaming does that, and you probably know that one too. Yeah, what kind of games are you interested in? I know that might help too. Yeah, and those are good live streams, unlike this one. Okay, now I'm going to go to my email because I want to see what he sent to me. I'm all excited now. Yeah, the StreamYard message was really funny, actually, kind of the way they phrased it. It's coming all the way from Australia. I don't have it yet. Oh, not Steam, StreamYard. I probably deleted that email. Yeah, I deleted it, I think. It's funny. Like, yeah, we think 20 hours is enough, or whatever the number, 40 hours or 20 hours a month is enough. If you want to do $20 a month, you can. $20 a month, man, I don't make money on my channel. If I made money on my channel or got lots of product donated or something, maybe, but man, I don't. I like StreamYard a lot, and I get they have to pay for that service. I mean, because it's a pretty nice service, honestly. I mean, I can't do $20 a month. Can't. I mean, all right, you know that budget I said? I could use, if I wanted to spend $20 a month on that, I guess I could. I guess it's not that much, but especially not right now. Right now I'm not buying, but, I don't have it yet, Paul. So what else? Yeah, so here's a screen I got open to go to Napoleonics. And oh, and here I am looking at plastic soldiers to look at stuff. Come on, dude, be real. And there's me, okay. What else? I think that's about it. I think I kind of talked myself out here. So that's kind of where I am. I really appreciate you guys being on here chitty-chatting. I don't know. My schedule for the next week and a half is kind of weird. I got some stuff going on. And you'll definitely see a little bit of a drought. I've kind of made up for it over the last few days. I've just really been videoing up like crazy. Okay, let me think about live streams for mini gamers. Not. Oh, well, do you know the guy? I can never pronounce his name, and I don't know if I can get. I guess I can get off here. I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose you guys. his name's Jim something. He does minis, but he does it on Tabletop Simulator. He does Command and Colors. He does Blood Bowl. He does. Most of the guys, it seems like who do minis don't do live streams. They do them recorded. They might premiere it, and then occasionally they'll do live ones. Most of the guys do like Tabletop CP. Is a really good channel. He does good videos, but they're not going to be live streams for gaming. Like I said, the Musty Wargamers for minis, that's a good one. Musty Wargamers is good because they talk about all kinds of games, from Warhammer to Battletech to World War II to historical to science fiction. They do everything. There are some guys who do Lord of the Rings live chats. I'm not remembering any of these guys. Who are the guys who do Gates of Antares? I'm not helping you at all with this. Can I look up YouTube here and see if I can find a couple of people I'm subscribed? I am subscribed to too many people. I like how the Razor's coming out again. That's funny to me. The original Grognard is good. He doesn't live stream. So it's Jim OWC ZARSKI. He'll do live streams and just talk while, but he plays with opponents. Those are the best ones, I think, really. You know, Kev Sharp does live streams. There's lots of sports ones that do live. Lots of sports guys do live. It is interesting now that you're asking me that. Who does live and who doesn't? ID Jester will do live games, but he does mainly sports live and some space, like computer games. Al Red Sox fan does sports games. Good stuff. Sorry, I'm just kind of perusing my subscriptions here. Gosh, I'll tell you who I've just really been liking lately was World War II TV. That guy's doing some awesome stuff. He did a live thing on Saturday for the D-Day thing, but he's been coming out with some super great videos. Like, he just did Purple Heart Lane Carrington. I've watched a little bit of it. He's got all these guys. He's so good. He's just like bringing on history people, and they're, oh man, I'm loving it. Who are the other people that I've watched? Like, most people do them recorded. Like I said, Rocky's War Room will go live stream. Curtis does painting, so that's not what you want. Stratomatic hockey, league rounds, baseball demos. Sorry, I'm just looking at my 700 and let's see here, 769 subscriptions. That's insane, dude. What am I thinking? How many of these really publish stuff? I can see the little blue dots. Less than half. Check Your Lair TV, that was good for a little bit. Tabletop CP, but these guys don't do live streams. British Legion's awesome, but he does more painting and modeling and stuff. He doesn't do live streams really, but he's awesome. Man, I'm drawing a blank who I see go live here. A lot of them are Warhammer guys. A lot of Warhammer guys will do live streams, painting, but gaming, not really. I think I've rambled on about how that doesn't, no one's coming to mind here. Yeah, Tabletop CP is a great channel. Great videos. And so Tabletop Simulator, I can't read it. So P. Bacchus, it's itinerant hobbyist at gmail.com. I thought you and I have emailed together, Paul, before. In fact, I know we have, because I think you shared some files with me. I'm going to send you something right now. At Yahoo? Is that what your address is? Let me go see what else you guys are saying. Something else here. Yeah, Tabletop Simulator won't work on my computer. It might work on that other computer, but it's not really. It's my wife's works. It's her business's computer. I just put Memoir 44 on there, but I'm not going to put a lot of. I don't want to put a lot of stuff on there. It'll bog it down. But it's a newer, faster computer. My MacBook's getting old, but Tabletop Simulator just ran the heck out of it. It was just like stalling. I could barely run GTS yesterday. That was kind of weird. Fantasy Flight Games does Star Wars Legion games live. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know they did that. Yeah, there's probably more happening on Twitch and Discord that I'm unaware of. Well, Paul, come on, Little Wars TV. I mean, they got a whole lot. They've gone a whole new level. And they don't do live stuff either. But Gen Chaos, Little Wars TV, he's right. If you want to see a battle report, that's the battle report you need to see. They go do a tour of the battlefield if they can, or if at minimum they talk to people, or they just do this really cool. They've got their own club. It's in like this old building in Pennsylvania or something. Someone's got money and real estate, and you can't compare yourself. No, you know what they've got. I don't know what they have, but amazing. And their games are great, and they play all these different rule sets, and they have a very standard system for reviewing. High quality. They've done it well. Yeah, Star Wars Legion stuff, there's a lot of that going on. I think there are 2 Star Wars ship stuff systems. I mean, there's Armada and something else. Yep, they do it on Twitch. Okay, so Gen Chaos, you know, Little Wars 2 is incredible. So I sent you an email, Paul, I think, I hope, if that's still your address. Yeah, I think you and I talked. You emailed fairly recently. You know what, though, it's interesting. I emailed you, and you didn't. Oh, yeah. I emailed you about, yeah, maybe I don't have your email address anymore. And you said, listen, Paul and I talking through this thing, and that's some good video. That's what I'm talking about. There's good videos, and then there's me. Yeah, it's been a good chat, a good ramble, a good monologue. You know, I'm not normally a talker guy, right? Like I can just go on and on here. What's going on? You gotta bring out the worst or best of me. Hey, I'm glad I helped you finish those mortar carriers. So this Gen Chaos, when you get in a minute, that's what you gotta do, man. Just pop in some videos. Hopefully there's someone doing something live so you can chitty chat. Man, yeah, I cannot think of people who play games live. Yeah, it's got to be on Twitch, and I don't get on Twitch much. And I guess they don't put stuff on. Is this going to be bad? Can you see my leg? That's disgusting. Let's see. Can you see it? Oh, not quite. My video is delayed like 30 minutes. This picture's not bad though. Mortar carriers. Can't wait to see them. Oh. Yeah, hold on. How'd you do that, Paul? Are you able to do that? I've never been able to do that. Let me write this down here because I don't know if I'll lose it. I don't want to try to copy it and post this. So this is interesting. I didn't know you could do this. I've had stuff pop up, but it was like a little offensive or something. Make sure I got this right. That is hilarious. So what I'm doing here is Paul sent me a message to hide a review, and I'm going to hide it because it's his email address. But I thought you could, yeah, Gen Chaos. I don't know. Tell me, yeah, Molly for Advantage. Do you know of some? Because I don't know. So am I spelling this right? Yeah, well, listen to it. Let me say it out loud while I'm spelling it. It's P. I'm just kidding. It's P. Bacchus at, never mind, I was going to be something silly. I'm just be offensive. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, let me do that. I'll do that after we get off here. Yeah, hey, if someone knows some Twitch channels you should watch, yeah, I like I said, I haven't seen too much of it. But Fantasy Flight, Star Wars Legion. I know some guy like Chris here put Star Wars Legion. He does it, but he's using it for Fistful of Lead. But it's not called that. It's called something else. But it's a variation thereof. All right, so can I copy that? I'm going to try to copy this, and I don't want to. That's a crazy one to type there. And then I'm going to hide that. you. I can put you in timeout. No, I won't do any of that. I'm gonna figure out how you did that. That's cool. I didn't know you could hide your own messages. I thought that. Okay, so I'm gonna send you the message I sent you before that went to the wrong place. You're obviously not looking at that anymore. And then you can send me that thing. And we'll reestablish our connection on good old-fashioned email. Email, you came up. That's interesting. Nothing better than watching a guy type. Okay, groovy. All right, anything else? Anything else they got someone to talk about? I can't wait to see those mortar carriers on your channel. Modeling for Advantage. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting to know. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. You know, they talk about YouTube being a social media channel. Like, no, it is not a social media channel, really. Because they never did or never have made it easy to really connect. Like Gen Chaos 33, right? He was on helping us out, and the only reason I knew who he was is because the guy Nathan I was playing with knew him. He said, "Oh, I think that's Steve." And I was like, "Oh, okay, you Steve? Yeah, I'm Steve." And then he found him on Facebook. It should be so easy. Like Paul and I wanted to do an email or share a file. We have to do this like weird way. He has to send me thing quiet. I mean, I think it could have been done so much. I say could have because there's other channels, there's other stuff out there, but I think it could have been done more social. Like I follow people and they go back and forth and stuff, and it's free and they don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but blah blah blah. I just wish I wish it was easier to connect with the people that come on it because I pretty much get the same group all the time, and I have slowly built relationships with them, and it happens. They're horrible models. Mix of plastic, resin, and metal. We'll be glad to be finished with them. Cool. Who are they by? Who makes them like that? And is it 15 or 28? Probably 28 if with all that stuff on there, right? Or no? Oh, okay. So, Jen Cash, you said you've watched a little bit of MFA. So, yeah, I can't speak highly enough of the way Modeling for Advantage has gone thing. It's just really been, yeah, like I said, it's just them starting out with a kit and a set. And I just love it. I just think it's the best thing ever. So, So, Paul, I asked that question. You said you had. I think you said you had a version of World War One Blitzkrieg Commander. All right. So what is this? So it's a 1943 scenario. Kursk. Oh, and I'm a Russian 15 mil. I have a little bit. Where did you find this? Dude, where'd you find this, man? Oh, what the heck is all this? You know what? It's a little bigger than 2x2. Yeah, that's cool though. 1 foot 8 inches. What a weird. Why is it that? Oh, because it's 40 millimeter. That's not right. So, yeah, cool. Pretty easy. Wide gully. Interesting. It's interesting terrain. Rough, soft ground, gully. What the heck is that thing there? Is that a step or something? Oh, hill. Wow, interesting. Well, maybe I'll have to try this. I could probably mix up the troops, right? If I don't have the Russians, I can just mix up the... Yeah, so look, he sent me this file. It's got 3 submachine guns and 3 rifle and a bunch of on direct fire support. FO's on board. And then the Germans are 6 infantry, 4 light machine guns, 2 heavy machine guns. Also, the light machine guns are their own stand. That's interesting. 2 Pioneer, a 251-2, a 251-9. I don't know what that is. Heavy mortar support, 120 mortar, 25110. Huh. Sappers veteran experience. Well, this is a lot of information in this scenario considering that it's a small one. It's 5 pages. It's really in depth. So like this scenario that Paul sent me. Sorry, everybody. That's rude. This is weird. I'm sitting there saying anything about it. I could show you, I think. No, it'll show us. We'll do it real quick. So, but it's 5 pages. The cool thing is, if you really know the rules, you can build out this thing. You can have all these little special rules with it and make it a very unique and a fun story to tell. So if you play the convention or just have some friends over, you have a really cool story. And then that way you get you're a little bit more loose about it. You're not too worried about, I gotta win this battle. Yeah, okay, you can try to win the battle. It's really more about telling the story together. And you laugh when the other guys do great, and you cry with them when their dice go cold, like the Germans in this game. That would suck. I mean, if you're thinking really competitive and stuff, part of the problem is their Germans were failing their command rolls. And I did think of some ways to get around it, and I made some progress, but then it stopped. It stalled out, and then I got some really good shots. I don't know. I just gotta have fun with it. All right, Paul, this is great. Thanks, man. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to the chat here. Oh my gosh, it started going up. Yeah, I know YouTube's not gonna do that stuff now. Yep. Check your email, 50mm Battlefront. Wow, really? There's all that stuff on it? That's interesting. Oh. Well, I'd still be interested in those lists if you have them, Paul. I'd be interested in the World War I stuff. Over the top, yeah. You can convert the Soviets to Brits. Germany gets the light machine gun stand to represent Panzer Grenadiers. That was a real battle. I've played that scenario using BKC2. Really? Well, that's cool. Yeah, I played BKC using the stands as squads. The only thing is you don't have the machine guns. The small machine guns and the smaller mortars. They're not modeled in the... They haven't ever been, because it's, trying to be more platoon. And that they kind of explain that in the range of the squads. Totally with you there, Todd. Enjoy the success of your opponent. The best game ends on 1 dice with both players cheering. Yeah, and I can be better at that, because I think I get a little hyper competitive. Doesn't make it fun for the other guy. And I think it's just because I'm like, I just want to do well. Like, you watch my GTS game, I'm just thinking real slow in that game. And it's not that I want to beat Nathan, because not at all, because Nathan's teaching me the game. But I also don't want to look dumb, right? Like, why are you moving that unit? Not Nathan never said that, of course. But I felt like it was probably painful for people to watch. I hesitate putting those games on when I'm learning like that, where I'm really learning them. Like, it's not like I'd played 5 games and Nathan had played 10 or 15. He's played however many, he's played a lot. And I've played 2, and it's just a set that's having a hard time grokking with me. Felt a little bit weird doing that live. Like, this felt like it could be painful, but hey, that's part of my channel, is just showing people what you do to learn. And if you learn like me, then you'll relate, and if you don't, whatever, man. You don't have to watch my channel. And I'm not doing it to get a lot of anything here, so. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's hard to jump into a scenario, except for maybe one of those intro ones. Not that intro one yesterday. I think there's a little thinking that needs to happen, right? Is that what you mean? Like, just a little plan, like, I want these units to go here. I mean, I just dumped into that scenario, and I was just like, man, I don't know. I mean, it's cool that they give you, like, 3 objectives to go after, and you choose one, and Nathan pretty much kind of told me probably the easiest one, right? But there's so many, yeah, there's a lot there. Oh, I agree. I agree. And that's why I do them. That's why I do the learning videos. So Mine for Advantage says, oh mate, some of the best videos are learning videos. I agree. You just have to be patient. And I think clipping counters or painting or something kind of going along with it is good. Because I did try to bring stuff up yesterday. When we played, to say, okay, now what is this? How's this work again? So, planning for each formation so you're ready when the chit is full. Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. That's a game definitely that I mean, you need to be on the alert for like upfire up, chances. But yeah, you should really be thinking through because there's so much there. Excuse me. You really do need to think through. That helps speed the game along. Now that's why playing solo would be a challenge, right? Because then you're starting each one. I mean, I'm playing aside. I'm playing that formation that was drawn, and then we draw the next one. So we drew his chit, and it was one of his division. And then you're now thinking about that one, like, okay, what am I going to do here? And that's kind of what I'm talking about. Some of these other games, maybe kind of sketching out like a battle plan. Like, okay, I kind of want these guys to go here, and those guys to go there, and try to do it quick and light, and to kind of forget about it, and then go plan the other guy out. And then kind of stick with that if you can. Blah, bleep, blah, bleep, bloop, bloop. Just reading here, see if there's anything else I missed. I think I'm pretty much up with you guys. Yeah, watch modeling for advantage. They're really good about playing like mutually, and a lot of the channels are really. I hope I come across that way, but sometimes I think I get a little competitive. Mate, you got to get on Steam and play. Paul, are they paying you money? P. Bacchus keeps trying to do Order of Battle. I have told some people about it. I have told people about Order of Battle. It's a free game, hex and counter. You do a small turn. I do an email turn. Not fancy, but really fun. I'm just going to keep delaying just to drive you crazy. All right. Is Steam running? No, Steam's not running. I'm having a heck of a time with Steam with my lock and load still, and Dave's helping me out. He's talking to programmers. I'm like, he's trying to, I can't get my DLC to download. It's the weirdest thing. I have like shut it down. I've deleted it. I've gone into deep files I didn't even know existed on Macs and deleted them there. And so I did that 2 times. I reloaded a system. Order of Battle, Red Steel, Sandstorm, Panzerkrieg. I think, Paul, one of the things is I don't really want to get into computer games because, first of all, I never really get, ooh, that's got a fancy, like, little mini on there. Allied invaders stabbed 10 miles into France, sure. The Aristocrats made it? That's hilarious. Look at those graphics. They're amazing. Ooh, that thing just blew up from the inside. See if it'll work on my computer. Okay, it's weird. Downloading, is that what's happening here? All right, I'm downloading it, bro. Computer games, I'm always like, oh man, I have a hard time playing them. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so Gen Chaos, this is a Mac. His only run on Windows. I might try, well, again, I'm in no buying. Oh, actually, I was told they have a free one. I'm in no buying mode at the moment, but I may be able to put them on the other computer. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, the John Tiller games look pretty cool. But again, I have a little trouble with the computer thing because I like sitting down with the pieces. That's why I do minis, and that's why I do board games. And I pull out the board games and I play the board games. I like doing that. I think some of the thing is a little bit, I get a little lost in the computer world. Like I don't really follow what's happening, and I just want to click them fast. And I don't think through it all. I played Memoir today, and I was like, a friend of mine asked me to get on one Memoir. So, but John Tiller games do look amazing. I got original Grognard Devon has pushed those a lot. Paul, do you know if U.S. mortar shells are painted green or brass? Yeah, thank you. Matrix games, War in the East, War in the West, War in the Pacific, Admiral's Edition. They are painted different colors depending upon if it's smoke age. Oh, that's right. That's right, Paul. They did paint them differently. I don't think it's loaded yet. Is it still loading? Push play game. Red steel is out. Huh. Oh, it's made by Slytherin. Who else? What else do they publish? I don't think I'd share my screen in Google Live, in Facebook Live, or my gosh, YouTube Live. Is it loaded somewhere? I just don't see it. I think it. Oh, where's my old little computer here? Oh, there we go. Screen's black. It's doing something. We had a little model tank. Oh, it's coming alive on my desk. Oh. Bloom, bloom. Well, this doesn't give me any trouble here. I better mute it. I don't know if they have. Battle of Midway. Oh, is this going to show me anything here? I probably shouldn't show that. Who knows? Some copyright thing or something. Cool opening scene. Alright, I should get off here. The core game is free, then you have to buy campaigns once you get addicted. Oh, I get it. Oh, okay. Slytherin Metrics. That's what I thought they were the same thing. It's a long load screen here, bro. Red Steel, DLC out now. Close. Single player, multiplayer, options, editor. Check for new community content, online news. Huh, okay, I'll check it out. I got it, it's here. Finally did it, Paul. All right, guys, I've been on a long time. It's 1:30 my time, 1:40. I need to go to bed. Thank you all for jumping on. It's been fun chatting with you guys. I did not expect it to go like this, so very fun. I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed chatting with you guys again through Unity. It's fantastic. Now I'm not gonna go right to bed. I'm gonna click on this, see what's going on here. I'm not gonna send you a move tonight, Paul. You need to know my name on Steam. It's itinerant_hobbyist. Itinerant_hobbyist. I don't know. I don't use Steam much at all, so I don't know much about it. I'm just a noob. Boomer. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, everybody. Go check out all these channels that have been checked, and go check the live stream chat. Good job. I'm glad everything got stuff done. 2:40 there. Okay, so you're an hour ahead of me. Yep. I'm 1:40. Guys, it's been awesome. Thanks a lot. You guys are great. Now I'm going to turn the camera on. Hold on, it's going to get sick. Here we go.